Alessandro's. He's like, it's the worst cheesesteak I've
Are you
ever.
serious? D'Alessandro's.
Yeah, Dumpy. I'm talking about you. Nah, all love. We love.
Oh no,
Dumpy.
I have the worst
But
cheesesteak take.
You can't tell me D'Alessandro's cheesesteak is not good, Dumpy. All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Of course, everyone watching at home. We are live at the Trappe Tavern in Trappe, PA. Of course, I am Sean Brace. We got John Jansen, my co-host, Mark Henry Jr., host of the Tough Cover Radio Show every Saturday morning, and our fantasy expert, fantasy guru, the great Roy Burton. We're kicking things off. We got a great crew in the house, great crowd. Now, here's the deal. If you're watching us on socials, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, Trappe Tavern is the place to be. We're going to be here for tonight's Commanders and Bears game. But here's the catch. The reason why we're here is because of Miller Lite, and Miller Lite hooked us up with an all-inclusive trip to see our Philadelphia Eagles take on the Commanders, shout out, in D.C. on October the 29th. It's an all-inclusive trip. We're talking about hotel. We're talking about bus. We're talking about 2 tickets to the game. We're talking about all the Miller Lites you can drink. All-inclusive trip, courtesy of the folks over at Miller Lite.
You know what you forgot?
What?
An Eagles win, too.
And an Eagles win. Yeah. So here's the deal. You got to be here to win, all right? So I know people are watching it. It's like, no, you got to be here to win. We got a QR code. We got the guys with the crew here. They're going to be walking around, Mike Powers and company. All you got to do is scan, throw your name in, and we will be selecting a winner, all right? Stick with me, probably in the third quarter, but we'd like to make it to the fourth quarter with this broadcast, having fun here. Once again, please get involved for the people at the Trappe. You can find us on socials.
Let's hear it, Trappe.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Hey, Trappe Tavern, there's only 2 teams that are undefeated in the NFL, and the Eagles are one of them. E-A-G-L-E-S. That's what I'm talking about. And, of course, on Sunday, we're going to have the Eagles and Rams and the Phillies and Braves game, too. It is going to be insane on Sunday. But, look, we're going to talk about the Birds. We're going to talk about the Phillies. We're going to talk about the NFL card, all that and more. But we got a game coming up here in 15 minutes, all right? Here's the deal. Roy, I'm going to come to you first. Roy's our fantasy guy. We're firing up DraftKings Sportsbook. We want a winner, Roy. But let me ask you this. Where do you stand on Thursday Night Football this year? Like last year, it was ugly. Hey, here's my point, right? The big thing for me is if this game was played on Sunday, right, Bears and Commanders, I think we see points. I think we see 50-plus. You know, nobody's playing defense. But it's a Thursday night game, so I'm wondering, where do you stand on this? Do you think it's going to be a low-scoring game, or do you think, you know what, it doesn't matter. These 2 teams don't have defense. Right. We're going to see points.
So last year, these 2 teams played Week 6 Thursday Night Football, 12-7. I don't know if you remember. That was the Carson Wentz 99-yard passing game. Horrible game out of both teams. I think it's a little bit different this year. Obviously, Sam Howell is the quarterback now for the Commanders. I think you're going to see some points tonight. I think that the Bears, these are 2 awful defenses. Like both of these defenses give up 30 points a game. I think it's going to be something of a track meet. So I think the over-under is 45 in tonight's game.
Yeah.
I think we go over tonight in this game. I think we can see a lot of points.
All right, so we see an over 45.5 on DraftKings Sportsbook. New users, if there's anybody that hasn't signed up at DraftKings, please use BRACE as the promo code, BRACE. Appreciate that. We're not here with DraftKings, though. I love them. We're here with Miller Lite. Drink up the Miller Lite. Take care of your bartenders and wait staff, including Dominique, who's incredible at her job.
Yeah.
True natural. Let's go. All right, so over on that, you think Sam Howell is going to have a night?
I think Sam Howell has a night. Every Bears game so far has hit the over, so there's going to be a ton of points tonight. The Bears are giving up 22 points, fantasy points per game to quarterbacks this year. So if you're playing DFS, if you're playing fantasy tonight, make sure Sam Howell's in your lineups. He's going to have a good night tonight.
Mark Henry Jr., your thoughts on tonight's game points? Where do you stand?
Points. The over is my best bet. I got it early at 44. You're saying it's up to 45
and a half.
Wow. It was up
That's
to 45,
because all the people at the Trappe
half.
just heard us say they're going to take the over, so now they're firing. Money's coming in.
Like he said, the Bears are an over machine, whether that be because of the offense or the defense, obviously more because the defense is bad. They've given up 25-plus points in 14 straight games dating back to last year.
Wow.
I'm not high on either of these teams. I'm even lower than consensus on Washington. But I think both of these teams will score points tonight.
Jansen, you got a winner for me? 6-point spread.
Yeah, I would go Washington. I don't know if I take the 6 points Thursday Night Football.
Commanders at home giving 6. You're saying take DC.
I would like DC. That's a lot of points, though. I wouldn't want to do that, but I'm with him. I'm with Roy. Sam Howell over 239.5. It's a passing league right now, and the passing offense for Washington's working very well. Eric Bieniemy has been incredible. Eric Bieniemy did a fantastic job scheming against the Eagles' defense. I think he's the best coach on the field tonight, and I think he's going to scheme well against Chicago. Sam Howell's going to do very well.
Yeah,
that's absolutely true. He is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what's up with the Bears? They're going to fire this guy, too? Like,
he's a moron.
Yeah, Matt Eberflus is terrible.
But
on the flip side of that, Jack Del Rio as the defensive coordinator for Washington is awful.
Well,
He's terrible.
How do you go from he's the offensive coordinator of the Chiefs? His name is slipping my mind right now. The previous coach for the Bears.
Oh, Matt Nagy.
How do you go from him to
Eberflus?
How?
The funny thing about Eberflus, I was saying all year last year on my podcast and the radio show that either he is the best tanker of all time, because last year they were losing every game close. Like they were taking, even the Eagles, the Bears played close last year, but they would lose in the end. Or he's a moron, and I think we're seeing now.
Maybe the Bears are just
moron.
Maybe the Bears are just a poorly run organization. I think for years,
top to bottom.
Yeah, top to bottom, from the GM all the way down. I think we've seen this is a bad organization who you just can't expect good things from.
Did you see that video that popped up on the timeline a couple weeks ago where the general manager and some, I think it might have been the head coach, they were high-fiving because they traded the pick for Jalen Carter.
Right? Yeah.
Not the smartest organization.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
What has he done?
I've heard of him.
Yeah,
I think I have. Yeah, I think I've heard his name a few times.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, get involved in the conversation. Trappe Tavern. Love to hear from you. At Fox PHL Gambler is where you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Fox PHL Gambler. Real easy. And we got the QR code. We're walking around. We just need you to scan. Stick around with us. We're going to give that trip away tonight. Somebody here is going to be traveling. Boys, this is an all-inclusive trip with the team. With the team. You are literally, now you won't be riding next to Jalen Carter. You might be next to Jalen Carter's mama.
Okay. All right.
On the bus,
all right.
right? Fletcher Cox's fiance might be on the bus, but Fletcher Cox won't be. And the team hotel, I mean, it's an unbelievable trip. So Miller Lite, once again, can't thank those guys and gals enough. Cheers to Miller Lite, boys.
Miller Lite.
Cheers.
Also, I'll add a little ring the bell.
Oh,
You know,
ring
the other
the
side of
bell.
this, a little ring the bell.
All right.
A little bit.
You know what?
Just sneak that one in.
No, you don't have to sneak anything in because we got time. I got time. Phillies. What are we? I mean, this is unbelievable. We're doing it again. We're doing it again. And we're going same road, same destination through Atlanta, California, one way or the other. Well, maybe Arizona, but bottom line is it could end up being LA. All I know is like the vibe, the feel, and the production from the players when their number is being called upon. It's through the roof. Just think about it. Bryce Harper, I love and respect. He didn't do anything. He didn't need to do anything. Yeah.
Didn't have to.
So everybody else stepping up in a big way. Roy, this is a ton of fun to watch.
This is absolute fun to watch. Last year, I thought they were a good team that just got extraordinarily hot at the right time. This is an excellent team that's just continued their run from, again, basically the last couple months of the season. This is a fantastic team. I'm really high on this team. I know they have the second longest odds in the divisional series. I think they're plus 145 to win this series.
Yep.
I think they have a really good shot to beat
Make
the Braves.
that money.
I think this is a time. Plus money for the Phillies. I think that's a really good bet.
A lot of money to be made on the Phillies if you're on the wagering side of things. A lot of us are probably just enjoying the run and big-time sports fans, and we can't wager on them because it's just too much to be that much invested from both emotionally and financially. Understood. But last night, I was very lucky to be a guest with our good friend Colin Good. And, man, it was just so much fun. And just the vibes. As soon as we showed up there, everybody just hugging, high-fiving. Go Phils, go Birds, go Flyers, go Sixers.
So you were in the building last night.
Yes.
And have you been in other playoff games, Sixers, Phillies?
Same.
Well, how would you rank the atmosphere, the energy in that building last night?
Wild card,
when wild card
against the Marlins. It's a wild card against the Marlins.
When Bryson Stott hit that grand slam.
I was very lucky to be at the NFC Championship game. I was doing stuff for Fox 29 against the Vikings, Patrick Robinson. That was crazy. The flea flicker. That game was insane. So that set the bar. The Stott home run, I mean, I think exceeded it. It was insane. I couldn't hear in the pregame. Like my guy next to me, Beef was there last night. He knows. The guy was standing next to me. I'm like, what? And like we couldn't hear each other. I know I'm losing my hearing. I'm getting old, but dude, it was so loud. Yeah, it's so loud at Citizens Bank Park last night. This team is dialed in. Mark, Braves, best of 5. Where are we going?
Yeah, real quick, just to hit on what you were talking about. I was at the game as well last
night. You were. I'm sorry. You were.
I was at the game as well.
I was also not at the game.
I was not at the game.
I was at the game. I went to an NLDS game last year. I went to an NLCS game last year. This is different. The crowd's already bought in a way that I don't know if they were last year until they got to the World Series. The crowd is ready for this team to go on a run, and the crowd is more confident in this team to go on a run. And the biggest thing, the way that you can tell how crazy it was, just go watch that Dolby Digital version of the Bryson Stott home run, where you hear the levels of decibels just continue to rise. When he hits it, when it hits the crowd, when he spikes the bat, there's like 3 levels. It's like a wrestling pop. Like he got a Stone Cold Steve Austin level pop. That was the glass breaking when the Stott shot was heard around the world there. But hitting the Braves thing, how could you not feel good? It feels like we're in a hot tub time machine. Rangers probably going to start game 1, Wheeler game 2, Nola game 3. It's the same exact script.
Can I ask you a quick question? I just got a text message. Is game 1 Saturday, game 2 Sunday?
Game 2 Monday.
Monday.
Game 3 Wednesday.
On a Monday.
Which, by the way, helps us far more than it helps the Atlanta Braves because it lines up Wheeler to potentially go game 2 and game 5.
Right.
And maybe you even have Nola partially available for game 5.
Well, Nola pitching at home in game 3. Beautiful.
I just want to.
He could probably pitch in game 5.
He could, absolutely.
I want to point out that my co-hosts don't really listen to me all that much. I could tell. I said 3 times on the air today that it was Saturday, Sunday. 3 times.
I wasn't paying attention to you. You always get it wrong, though.
Our MLB insider. There he is, Joe from Miller Lite, the best man. Thank you very much for keeping us out here, Joe. Can't thank you enough, sir. About 100 people are about to ask you for a T-shirt. Get ready. All right. These T-shirts. So here's the deal. I've been. Yes. 8:13. We're going to kick off in 5 minutes. Here's what I know. I've been in the bar industry for a long time. I will always be in the bar industry.
You've been in bars for a long time.
I was in the bar last night.
I was going to say, where were you last night?
Hopefully my wife isn't watching. I came right home after the game. I swear. 3 drink max. Yes, exactly. I texted my wife in the 7th inning. I'm like, I'm drinking water. I wasn't drinking water. Yeah,
it was clear.
Yeah.
It wasn't water. It wasn't water.
Exactly. All right. So I've been in the bar industry for a long time. And you remember, like, back in the day, the bar, like the beer giveaway, beer T-shirt giveaways, it used to be like all double XL, a white T-shirt that you would never wear.
Scratchy.
Yeah. Like, you know.
Yeah. Wash it one time, it shrinks.
These Miller Lite shirts.
Legit.
They're nice, man.
Are you kidding me? My wife, look at this. This is like official. This is the official Eagle right here, man.
You got the stripes on the side, too.
Stripes on the
sleeve,
side.
like a jersey.
I saw,
like that.
And then look at the hat. You got the hat right there up top. I saw, Joe, you guys got special green cans, too?
What?
Out next week, man. So cool. The Kelly Green is a hit, and, of course, the Eagles will be kicking off against the Miami Dolphins on October 22nd, repping the Kelly Green for the first time this season. You would have never guessed that because you walk into the link, it's nothing but Kelly Green these days. That's it. It's all Kelly Green. But, hey, look, shout out to Miller Lite, man. The stuff is great, and we're going to be doing a couple more of these moving forward. All right.
Real quick, because you mentioned that you walk into the link and it's all Kelly Green.
Yeah.
The funny thing is about Citizens Bank Park, and I was talking about this the other day. You walk in there,
everything.
It's 80% light blue and maroon. It feels like.
I don't like that.
Really? No, I thought I see red pinstripes everywhere. I see maroon. I see light blue.
But I think you get a ton of the throwbacks. I don't remember that in the 08 run. In the 08 run, I feel like everyone was wearing the creams and the pinstripes. Yeah. I feel like the throwback made kind of a comeback in the last decade.
Here's my take, and it's not hot. It's Red October. If you own a red shirt, red Phillies jersey, red hat, wear red. You don't wear the blues. You don't wear the maroons. You don't wear the white. Wear red. It's called a Red October. I went to Rally House and I picked up a new shirt, and I didn't try it on.
Nothing beats the Red October hoodies when you get a playoff run hoodie.
Playoff hoodies,
That's
those are
it.
nice.
So
That's
I go to Rally House yesterday. I didn't have a red T-shirt, and it was 85 degrees out.
How do you
literally.
not have a red T-shirt?
I have like black, and I got a couple Philly shirts, but nothing like, all right. So I went to Rally House, new excuse to buy a new shirt. I go in, I'm an XL. They didn't have it in an XL. They had it in a large. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. It looks like it'll fit me. I threw that thing out in the parking lot. I'm like this.
You're like the Incredible Hulk,
Yeah,
just kind of busting out of the seams, right? You know,
Come on, unbelievable. Anyways,
So
yeah.
you're a double XL.
Yeah, double XL, probably right. Exactly. All right. Once again, we are giving away a trip courtesy of Miller Lite to see the Birds and the Commanders in D.C. And we are here at the Trappe Tavern in Trappe, PA for tonight's Thursday night football game that features the Commanders and the Chicago Bears. Let's talk real quick about this one. First touchdown scorer. Let's have some fun. All right. First touchdown scorer. Roy, I'm going to start with you. Bears, Commanders. Who's getting the first touchdown? Name the player.
so I'll zig where everybody else zags. I'll go Jahan Dotson, first touchdown scorer for the Commanders tonight. For
All right.
everybody tonight.
And Dotson for the first touchdown scorer is coming in here at
12 to 1.
12 to 1. Thank you,
12 to 1.
Jansen. 12 to 1 plus 1,200. Good luck to you, Mark Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I grabbed Curtis Samuel, who can run it in as well, as we saw last week against the Eagles. He got a rushing touchdown.
Very nice.
Not nice last week.
17 to 1.
17 to 1. I got it at 18 to 1 early, but
Money coming in.
and I like the over at 30.5 receiving yards for him as well. He's had 51 plus in 3 of the last 4 games.
Okay.
So I think he'll be involved, and this is the worst defense he's faced.
Jansen, first touchdown scorer.
Well, I did have Jahan Dotson, but Roy, very smart gentleman over there. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Roy, very smart gentleman. Jahan Dotson was the play.
Okay.
So I'll go with another one, though. I'll go with a different one. I'll go with Khalil Herbert. I think they can get running early on. Khalil Herbert gets the first touchdown, maybe one of the only touchdowns for Chicago.
So Chicago, 2 Commanders,
2 Commanders.
and I'm going Chicago as well. Justin Fields.
Justin
QB
Fields.
special
10
place.
to
There it
1,
is.
and the Bears are getting the
Bears
ball
get the ball.
first. Here we go. All right, so we have a little fun. Give us something to cheer for here.
We got Khalil
Can't
Herbert.
wait. Going to be a lovely 3 and
Is
out
there
here.
anything from last week's Eagles games, as far as the Commanders are concerned, that you think will carry over this week, right? Like, what did they look good last week that makes you think, you know what, we're going to see that happen tonight?
Eric
Anything?
Bieniemy, the offense.
Yeah.
I think the offense they were shredding the Eagles, not because of I think the players are better. The offensive scheme was really good.
Yeah.
They were able to stress the Eagles defense in ways that no offense has yet, I think, with the Eagles defense. So I love Bieniemy, and I think that, again, in turn, makes Howell very good. The pass catchers for
Right.
Washington very good, but I think that carries over.
And just to go along with that, again, Sam Howell last week. Almost hit one right there.
Come on.
Is
Last
that
week,
Chase Claypool? Oh, wait, no. He's not there.
Last week, Sam Howell had 2.9 seconds to throw the ball, second longest time in the league last week to throw the ball. The Bears, 2 sacks all year. They're not going to get after
No.
Sam Howell today. If Sam Howell has enough time in the pocket to pick you apart, he's going to have a big night. So I'm looking for that to carry over this week.
Well, at least the Bears didn't pass on a potentially generational pass rusher in the draft by trading down twice. At least they didn't do that.
Yeah, that the Bears definitely are a poor organization. We know that. Look,
You think so?
Justin Fields had my attention, and he had a great year last year running the football. I believed in him making a step up, but it just doesn't come off like you said, just good organization, good coaching.
Yeah, just a bad organization.
You know,
That's-
and I'm not going to give up on Justin Fields, but they're going to have a decision to make because there's going to be a couple quarterbacks in the draft. And are you going to hit the reset button or are you going to stick with Justin Fields?
Well, I mean, if Caleb Williams is going to be there,
You gotta
hit
take Caleb
You
Williams.
hit the reset
You
button
have to.
for a great prospect.
I think the decision's already made. This organization didn't draft, or this regime, I should say, didn't draft Fields.
That's
that was
true.
That was the last regime.
Deep shot.
And here he
Got
goes.
him in. Let's go, DJ Moore.
Wow.
He's tagged,
Moore.
dragged out of bounds.
58 yards.
Setting up perfectly
Wow.
for Khalil Herbert to score.
58 yards.
58
His
yards.
his number was 75 and a half, I think it was, for receiving yards. So well on his
Well,
way.
that's the thing with Moore. A couple of those, and he's going to cash the over.
We got a couple of those. So, yeah.
So here's the thing, though. If you drafted Caleb Williams, Do you blow everybody else out? I mean, do you have to reset everybody?
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
organization. So
All of them.
new GM, new head coach, everybody
Go.
fresh start.
They're going to do that. I think the head coach is going to get fired if they
It's
lose
just
tonight.
crazy, man.
Oh, okay.
There's some
All right.
rumors and rumblings that that's the case. Like
Okay.
that he is very, very close to getting fired, and that it's.
Is it
kind of
really
a
that
mess
hard
inside.
to find a good head coach?
Yes.
It's just
Yes.
it's,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
it's
I
Yes.
think it
Yes.
is.
no,
I
it's
think
not.
Yes, it is.
Is it harder to find a good quarterback or a good head coach?
I
it's
think
harder to find a
quarterback.
quarterback,
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Yeah,
Quarterback.
I probably agree.
Yeah.
I probably
Because think about how many great quarterbacks come out of college, and you're like, wow, he stinks at the professional level.
Yeah.
You know, so
Or how many quarterbacks he thought weren't good in college, and they're great at the professional level.
fair.
That's true.
Tom Brady.
That's Jalen Hurts
Jalen
for you.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Or
Let's
how
not
about-
talk about that.
Or how about coaches that everybody thinks stink, and then they go to another team that's supposed to be the worst in the league,
There's a code
and
word.
they're actually pretty good. Jonathan Gannon, whisper, whisper.
Where's Powers at? There shouldn't be a code word.
Code
Ay,
word.
ay, ay. All right, here's what we're gonna do. You take over the show.
What?
Beef, get up here.
Beef.
We're calling up beef.
Ryan
It's all, look,
Coyle,
we're about to get in the goal line. We need the beef.
beef, come on over here.
We need the beef up front.
Yeah,
We need to beef for that Khalil Herbert touchdown, correct?
We need beef for
Absolutely.
the. They don't have enough beef in Chicago.
That's
Well, they got
right.
the Italian beef,
They
don't
got the
they?
Italian
They
beef.
do.
Al's
They
Italian
do.
beef.
All right, Coyle.
What's up, fellas?
What do we got for tonight? What do we got? What are we on? First touchdown? Anything? What do you got?
Well, my parlay was a two-time anytime touchdowns, Justin Fields and Terry McLaurin.
Whoa!
Nice, nice.
Okay. That's a heck of a 2-touchdown anytime parlay.
So,
I don't think I've ever heard of a 2-time anytime touchdown parlay.
So they
It's well
brought-
done.
I might have phrased it wrong. Each got to score once.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought you meant each got to score
No,
twice.
no,
Well, you
no.
could parlay
Ooh.
that theoretically.
Yeah, you could.
You could parlay to like
And
the 2+ touchdowns.
You'd be
thing.
rich. You'd be a rich
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Montez Sweat with a sack, his first sack in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's going to happen a lot. I'm actually on Chase Young over a quarter of a sack.
It was like plus 130, right? I
It
bet
was.
Yeah, you know, I got on
like
it.
that
I got on
number.
it.
Yeah, Justin. That's the thing people don't get about running quarterbacks. Running quarterbacks doesn't mean that they're going to run out of every sack. They
Exactly.
get sacked more than anyone,
When
actually.
you saw Sam Howell runs
Sam
all the time.
Howell. Oh, Sam
He
Howell gets
sacked
sacked all the
time.
18 sacks. That's the second most in the NFL for Herbert.
You know
or
who's
for
Fields?
first. And,
they
he's
led-
one of the
yeah,
fastest
last year they led
quarterbacks.
the
To be
league, right?
The
fair,
Commanders are first.
to be fair, those O-lines are both terrible.
Oh, they're horrible. They're
A
horrible.
lot of that is situational. Like
Yeah.
Lamar.
Oh,
Touchdown, DJ
DJ Moore.
Moore.
Is that the over on his receiving prop already?
I
And
believe it is.
first touchdown.
I believe it is.
Anybody have DJ Moore?
Fields
We all
over,
stink.
Fields over 1.5 pass touchdowns was big
That
time.
cash
plus
is
money.
over too.
No, not cash yet, but he needs one more. But it was big time plus money.
only took 2 plays. First touchdown score, loss, over 19.5. Get me the 20, boys. Get me the
Get
20.
braced to 20.
DJ Moore
Well,
plus 1,200 to score the first touchdown tonight.
That is a heck of a start for the over because the Bears defense isn't shutting down. If we get together and put a team of us on offense, I think we're putting 10 to
I'll tell you what,
13 on
guys.
the Bears.
I know there's been a lot said about Justin Fields. That was a pretty good throw.
That was.
That's a good
That was
throw.
pretty good.
Go look at Justin Fields' throwing stats at Ohio State.
Not bad.
This isn't some guy who never threw the football. Like, he threw it at a prolific level. Did he have incredible receivers around him? Absolutely. But the thing on him coming into the league, he was super accurate. Like, they have to figure out ways to show off his accuracy. And in my opinion, Luke Getsy and the Bears have just done a terrible job putting anything around Justin Fields.
Yeah, they have. I do. While we're in commercial break right now, we do have Beef, Ryan
Beef,
Coyle.
yes.
By the way, Beef Up Front the podcast. Sean Brace is on there now. I don't know why you let him on your podcast. You're already doing great enough. But you were at Citizens Bank Park last night. How was it? How were the vibes at Citizens Bank Park?
I said right when I left the building, either that or Jake Elliott's 61-yard field goal against
Ooh,
the Giants.
That's a good one.
That's a
That's a good
good
one.
one.
Two greatest sporting events I've been to, but I just think with the moment, the playoffs, that stot thing was insane. I watched
The
that.
Elliott one's a good one, though.
Yeah,
That's
I watched
a good one.
the Grand Slam clip with the no broadcast audio today probably
That's what
100 times.
I was just talking about that. The second favorite Phillies moment was probably the Stott walk-off last year against the Angels.
yeah.
I was at that
there
game.
for.
That was one of the games that started the run.
Yeah, Stott clearly has it.
Mhm.
I guess I'll phrase you a question for the Phillies for next round. Who do you think, if anyone's going to be the biggest X factor, if anyone's going to be the guy who we go back and say, oh, remember how good that guy was against the Braves, who's that going to be?
I mean, Stott is definitely a good pick. I think when they throw around people, whether it's Schwarber or Harper, I feel like the next guy in the order always finds a way to make them pay. And you're so confident from top to bottom in this lineup because you look at game 1, they were getting started at the bottom. That's really what got us going early. Pache scored again last night. This lineup, top to bottom, no matter who plays, is going to hurt you. But Alec Boehm's hitting the ball really hard right now. Wouldn't be surprised to see him.
The entire daycare, the kids are getting it done.
Kids
It's Boehm, it's Stott, Brandon Marsh, even sitting on the bench. I love that he is so comfortable knowing that, hey, I can be on the bench, be a part of this team, and still perform when he needs to, come in, pinch hit. I love everything about the daycare.
We talk a lot about the Phillies. Let's talk about the Braves for a second. Are you guys worried at all?
They stink.
No.
The lineup is
Thank you.
Their lineup legit. I think I can say this pretty confidently. One of the best lineups I've ever seen in a year. The best lineup I've ever seen.
I think
it's one of the best.
But what about Spencer Strider? Are you guys scared? Because we're going to see him twice.
I think he's scared.
Probably.
He doesn't even like crowd noise.
Spencer
I heard last time I
stadiums.
heard Citizens Bank Park, a little loud. Maybe a little too loud for Spencer Strider. I'm not sure.
Fun fact about Spencer Strider. Since May 1st, his ERA is 4.52.
It's pretty good.
You take April out when he was dominant, he had a 4.52 ERA since May 1st. And you take a look at what Spencer Strider's done at home. We're all joking. He doesn't want to come to Citizens Bank Park. He might want to stay away from home because he's got a 4.6 ERA this year at Truist Park. It's a bizarre
So he's like the JT Realmuto.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he's got kids.
Got it.
But
okay.
If I were to answer the question I asked Ryan, I think JT's the hottest hitter on the team right now.
He was in the wild card
Yeah.
for sure in the wild card. All right, we got action. Sam Howell out on the field. Unfortunately, last time he was out there, towards the Eagles defense a little bit. We don't need to talk too much about that. We can skip past that because the next time Washington plays the Eagles, it's not going to happen when somebody here goes on a road trip for the Birds game.
That's right.
But Washington out on the field. Roy, what are we expecting here from Howell and the offense? I'm expecting passing, and here they run the ball.
No, again, we're going to see a lot of passing. And look, it's great that the Bears, for all you overbettors out there, it's great that the Bears scored 7 points right down the field. I think we're going to hit that over number pretty quick. You saw the first 2 drives last week. The Commanders drove right down the field on the Eagles, scored touchdowns in their first 2 drives. I think we'll see something similar tonight.
I agree.
Washington, though, I've been impressed. They're 2-2 so far this season.
Yeah.
Wins against the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm forgetting the other win for Washington.
Denver.
It was
against Denver.
That's
and
right.
They lost to the Bills. And
lost to the Bills and the Eagles, 2 of the best teams in football, so I can understand that. But how are we feeling assessment on Washington? Because New York's not looking great.
Right.
We know the Cowboys are, but Washington, not maybe in the basement of the division, seems like an improvement for them.
Yeah, I think Washington is the team that a lot of people thought the Giants were going to be.
Yes.
I think they have the offensive improvement.
Except for me, because I always thought Washington or New York would stink.
No, because Eric Bieniemy has turned that offense around quite a bit. Obviously, you have a competent adult quarterback, in Sam Howell. So you have a better signal caller back there compared to what you had last year. You had a ton of guys at skill positions who were really good. Like, I love their wide receivers. I love their running back room. They're really talented on offense. And once they put it together on defense consistently, like, this team is going to be able to challenge, the Eagles and the Cowboys.
I just think there's too many holes with the O-line and the secondary. I'm not as high on, but I will say I was wrong because I thought Philly was going to kill them last week. So maybe I'm too low on Washington. I'm still not buying in. I think the O-line's bad. I think that's going to get worse throughout a year with wear and tear. And the secondary is just so young and inexperienced. I think I just can't get that Bills game out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. I love the Bills that week. It was my best bet of the year so far, 37-3. Like, that was a dominating game that you rarely see that way in the NFL.
I got beef in.
I was going to say, too, when you have the defensive line that Washington has and the depth that they have up front, they're going to be able to, I think, hang around in games because they have a few game records on that side of the ball in their own right.
Chase Young looked good.
Looks like Chase Young.
Short Mailata. Looked good.
Sweat, Deron Payne.
0.25. We just talked about it. 0.25 plus money. You got to love that.
Did he already get it?
No, Montez Sweat got his.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
Sweat.
that was Montez Sweat. Yeah, Montez Sweat got his sack. I believe he was plus money as well. He leads the team in sacks now with 4.
All right, here's a familiar spot for Chicago, up 7-0, about to put up points. Not blowing a lead this time,
Yeah,
right?
Can we talk about how they blew a 28-7 lead last week?
Justin
Against
Fields looked great. He scored 4 touchdowns.
Against the Broncos?
Nothing went wrong in that game.
Against Russell Wilson, who, according to Marshawn Lynch, is the weirdest bird on the planet. I don't know if you guys saw that Marshawn Lynch interview.
Bizarre.
about when he talked about Russell Wilson and Russell Wilson basically not being a great teammate. It's unbelievable.
He seems
Came
fun
out
to hang
more
around.
and more and more over the years. The further
It's
that
going to be all the time.
Yep.
We hear more about Russell Wilson not being so great, and I think we're hearing more about that. All right, so we're commercial break again. Washington, Chicago, Thursday Night Football watch party here at the Trappe Tavern. By the way, lovely place. The wings,
Lovely place.
fantastic. Miller Lights, very, very cold, and of course, have some swag here from Miller Lite. Looks fantastic. All right, want to go into, because we're giving away a road trip for the Eagles here. I want to talk a little bit of birds. This week, taking on Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Matthew Stafford and the Rams would have been a little bit more of a concern maybe like a few years ago. This year, still playing well. I think Matthew Stafford has looked amazing, but not the best team. How are we feeling about the Eagles and Rams in this week? I'll start with Roy.
Let Brian start it.
I'll start with Beef. I keep looking at this side. Beef.
I don't want to bring the vibes down, but I'm actually taking the Rams outright this week. Looks like Cooper's coming back. Puka is looking like Justin Jefferson out there with the numbers that he's been putting up. And just like Washington did to our secondary last week, I think Sean McVay might run some circles around Sean Desai this week. And I just think we're in for a slip up. I think we need one of these games where it's kind of like a bit of a wake up call, not playing too comfortable, and then we can get back on track next week with the Jets. But I'm very worried about
we're
this
shutting
outright.
Coyle's mic off. Mark, what do you got? He's got the Rams. He's got it outright next week. Can't do
Boo this man.
Boo this man.
Boo. I actually think the wake up happened last week. I think that was a wake up call. And you heard it with what Jason Kelsey was saying. You heard it with what Sirianni was saying, that was the wake up call. You can't get started the way they did. I don't think the Rams have enough guys on defense. I think you have Aaron Donald and then a bunch of no-namers. The offense scares me. The over might be a good play.
Yeah.
But
Their passing offense scares me. That's about it.
Definitely. Also, are we going to have the conversation? Is Cooper Kupp a system wide receiver? What's going on
That's
here?
a fair
This
point.
Puka
That's a
stuff.
fair point.
Or are they just both top 5 receivers?
Or is
Like,
Puka
what's
just
going
Randy
on?
Moss all of a sudden? Yeah.
That's also a fair point. Yeah, no, I like the
Oh
Eagles.
my God.
I like the Eagles, but again, if you're gonna play this game at all, play the over. It might be a close game. It might be you have an update.
The most Nick Pacone tweet
Nick
of all
Nick
time.
Pacone
Smart
checks
play,
in.
Ryan Coyle. I got the Rams money line.
Oh, my
Of course you do. Negative
Oh, my
Nancy, Chicken Little Nick Pacone.
Oh!
I love him. I love him.
By the way, follow Nick @_Pacone, one of the best Phillies followers on
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
he's the best. He's the best. The audio clips.
What is with this Rams love?
Somebody
Somebody tell me that the Rams aren't going to beat the Eagles.
The Rams are going to put up
Please.
points. Like you and I talked about this before we went on the air. Like again, Puka, Nakua, aka Puka Doncic, Tutu Atwell, Tyler Higbee. They have a lot of guys who can catch the ball. This Eagles secondary, especially those safeties, very suspect. I mean, God bless Sidney Brown. Please come back as soon as you can, Sidney Brown. Please.
Oh, seriously.
# prayer hands. But no, like I think the Rams are gonna put up a lot of points. It's gonna be a shootout, but I think the Eagles cover. I think the Eagles covered them.
I think so too. I think the Eagles finally realized, hey, our wide receiver A.J. Brown is bigger than you. He's faster than
He's
you.
stronger than you.
He's stronger than you. He's better than you. And you should probably throw the ball to him 9-10 times a game. Yeah, I think the offense for the Eagles is going to have too easy of a time. Look, we saw against Indianapolis,
Right.
first half really good for the Rams, but still, there's big offensive line issues that they have. It's not all the time going to be smooth for that passing offense. I think the Eagles are going to – I hate to say cruise offensively, but I think they're going to have an easy time.
And the thing
against
is, you
that
can
Rams
run on the
defense.
Rams. I know everybody gets scared because Aaron
Yes.
Donald, is in the middle. He's Aaron Donald. I think the Rams are like
Fields.
14th in defensive yards allowed, rushing yards allowed on defense. You can run on this team. Now, if Brian Johnson wants to call a game plan that allows for this team to run against the Rams, then we should see a big game by the Eagles offense.
All right, so we do have the game back on. He said last Fields throw, pretty good.
Yes.
That Fields throw, pretty bad.
Yeah.
Not good. You got to hit
Mixed bag.
open.
That's
In,
what
in the NFL, open receivers, kind of got to hit
Gotta hit
those.
That's what separates the good from the great quarterbacks.
Yes, it does.
Hitting the layups, making the easy plays, making the every down throws that you need to.
Isn't that I think that's my biggest problem with Fields is that nothing comes easy. He's great athletically. He's gifted as a passer, but he makes things harder for himself, which is a bad trait that Daniel Jones has, which
True,
I just
true.
completely hate Jones.
So is it that things don't come easy to Justin Fields, or that the offensive staff,
I think as a passer, don't come easy.
but does the offensive staff not make it easy for him?
For sure, there are some things, but even when there are easy plays to be made, plays are open, the play does work, it doesn't necessarily always mean it works with him
That's fair.
because he just can't get it.
I'm
So-
not.
Miller Lite.
I need one.
I'm not saying Justin Fields is.
We got him right here. Ice cold.
There we
Ice
go.
That's what the bucket's for.
There we go.
Come on,
Look at the
B.
service from Sean Brace there.
He used to be a bartender. He knows what he's doing.
Cocktail. Tom Cruise. It's like his favorite movie of all time, right?
Yeah, sure. Is that really his favorite movie?
I think he said. Wait, they did the tush push. I wasn't paying attention.
Now, did they do it right?
Tush push.
Did they do the tush push right?
I wasn't paying attention.
I think they got
We
it.
saw a lot of teams not execute it right last week.
3.
Yeah, through.
Chargers, Patriots,
Giants.
Giants.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Giants
Oh,
had
the
2
best one is
injuries on it.
the Giants are like, yeah, we ran that play and all of our players got injured, so
But
we're not
they
doing that
had
again.
never run the play before, ever. Not in practice. Not
They walked through it, I think.
Oh, you just think it's so easy. You snap the ball and push the
You fall
quarterback. No,
forward.
Yeah.
I'm science. There's an art to it.
There's an
all
art to it. Don't put 2 offensive linemen back there. You know.
I'm not saying Justin Fields is Lamar Jackson or he is Jalen Hurts because he's not those guys, clearly. But Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, when they were first in the NFL, they were schemed into positions that made them look good. They were schemed in positions to use their legs. Like last week, I think Justin Fields had 20 yards rushing on 4 attempts. Justin Fields should never only have 20 yards rushing.
Ran
Like,
for over 1,000 last year, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
so
11 yards.
athletic. You should be using his legs as much as possible, especially when he's on a rookie deal and you're trying to figure out if he's the guy. Like, let him use his best ability. And it feels like they don't do that. Like Jalen, before he took the step he did last year, we used him as a runner a ton 2 years ago. Lamar, when he first got inserted for Flacco, they used him a ton as a runner. Like, that's what they need. And they started to do that the second half last
Hey,
year.
Khalil Herbert
There it is,
down the
Khalil
field,
Herbert.
going to the
Oh.
10. And Khalil Herbert
We love it
almost
for the over.
All right,
inside the 10, but in red zone territory.
34 yards.
Somebody get Scott Hansen. We're in the red zone.
I've got a hypothetical. So say the Falcons finish 7-10, 8-9. Either the Bears or the Panthers are up there in position to
Are we
pick
trading
Caleb.
Justin Fields to Atlanta?
To Atlanta.
Love it.
Arthur Smith with the
Ooh.
run game.
Ooh,
The young weapons. And he gets another chance with the new offensive staff. Better probably
A little bit.
offensive skill players.
I love it.
I don't hate
Here's the question I have. Is Arthur Smith going to be there if they don't make the playoffs this year? This is his 3rd year. There's I heard
If
a
they-
podcast.
If they win 7 games,
There's a really short list of names. There's a really short list of names of head coaches in the modern era who have gotten 3 years without going over 500 who haven't gotten fired.
Yeah.
It seems like that's kind of the shelf life that owners are willing to give.
Yeah, but have any of them had Desmond Ritter as
I
their
agree with
quarterback?
you.
know,
He's
I
been
don't know.
railroaded the whole time. He had the corpse of Matt Ryan, and then last year he had Marcus Mariota, and then now
Ritter
he's
down
got
the stretch.
Ritter.
the corpse of him.
Yeah, Mariota's
exactly.
cooked.
Well, was he ever like a live body? Yeah, it's a mess there for Atlanta. I feel bad for
And
Arthur
they haven't
Smith.
used Kyle Pitts well at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
No,
joke.
not
It's
at
a
all.
joke.
So-
Drake London either.
Well, yeah.
Their leading receivers, John Smith, right now.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
that possible?
Hey, I like Jonnu Smith.
He's not as
Maybe
good
not
as
to
the
be your best
Tennessee
receiver, but maybe not that part of it. Yeah, it's weird that Kyle Pitts was a fourth overall
overall
pick,
pick.
Overall pick.
and he's a decoy for Jonnu Smith.
Yes,
Fantastic work
It is.
from Arthur Smith.
This stat, they're leading the NFL in tight end targets. Kyle Pitts has 11 catches for like 101 yards. How's that possible?
Oh,
We had a fumble
Yeah.
in the
Uh,
Bears-Washington game.
Wait, okay, they kept it.
It's my favorite thing to scream during a game is when a fumble happens and just scream ball,
call.
as loud as you can.
Great ball.
I mean, y'all learned that in Pee Wee football. Scream ball,
Screen
let
ball.
everybody know.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the Eagles are going to hear me when I do it. Who knows? Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet's just short of the sticks.
Are we going to get another tush push?
No, I think they're a little
Or are we
far
calling
away.
that brotherly shove?
I think you
I'm
go
a
for
tush
it.
push
Are
guy.
we tush push or
I think
brotherly
we're
shove?
tush push.
I'm
I
a
think we're tush
brotherly
push.
shove.
Brotherly shove is too much of a mouthful. I can't do that.
Yeah, I
That's
think
too
we're
many
tush-
syllables.
Just
I can't do
It's a
that.
city. If it was any other
But
team.
everybody else does it. So but I think we needed like a generic name.
Well, we're
Yeah,
the
but
only good
everybody
ones
calls it
with
the
it.
Philly special whenever they
That,
do that.
that
I
drives me
hate
nuts.
that.
Yeah,
That drives
yeah.
me nuts.
Oh, no,
Oh,
they're
wait,
kicking it.
oh,
Matt
oh.
Eberflus is a coward.
They're Coward
Kicking a
move.
field goal on
Absolute
fourth and
coward.
one at like the 6.
You got Khalil Herbert. Oh no, it's a coward
Eberflus.
move. It's a coward move.
Eberflus is minus 200 right now to be the first head coach fired.
Oh, he's got to be.
I mean, he shouldn't leave Washington. He shouldn't last the first quarter.
What do you guys
after
think
that.
the live line is here for Washington?
Is it
Ooh.
time to look at Washington?
Yeah, we
Because
gotta look at
Chicago
some-
did come back. We'll do that.
Washington
10-0
plus
Chicago up. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. 2.5 Chicago is the favorite.
Minus 2.5 Chicago?
Minus 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah.
It's interesting. What do you guys think? Because that's
Maybe
something-
honestly a Washington money line. I know 10-0. A little bit of a of a deficit here.
I know
But
on
plus 105 for the team at home after Chicago blew the lead that they did. I don't even think their offenses look that good.
No.
I don't know.
Couple big
Washington
plays.
money line could be a play for me here.
I
to
know
be
you
honest.
can move the line. I might
Especially because I'm
inch
logged
that
into
to plus
Brace's
3
DraftKings
maybe?
account.
What about 47.5 for the total? We already got
Ooh.
10 Bears points already.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm so invested in the 44 number that I don't want to double down. But yeah, if I was sitting at it, I'd probably say there's going to be 50 plus
There's going to be
points
some
in
points.
this game.
There's going to be points, yeah.
Yeah, I like the plus 105 for Washington so far. Again, commercial break here at the Trappe Tavern. Lovely place. Thank you, Miller Lite, for getting
Shout
us
out
out
to Miller
here.
Lite.
Love it. All the swag, too. Look at all the Kelly Green.
So what do people get if they scan the QR code and get selected
Scan
to
the
win?
QR code. Got to be here. Scan the QR code. You could win a Birds road trip.
Ooh.
I think it's for the Commanders game. So Birds road trip, getting you out there, all
Team
inclusive.
hotel.
Incredible. I think team bus, team hotel,
bus.
everything, all the 9 yards. It's amazing. So, yeah, if you're here, scan the QR code. We got Mike Powers going around. We got our guy Ty going around doing all the work. No, Ty's not going anywhere.
He's not going around.
Never mind. Ty's not doing anything. You can still come say hello to him. He's friendly. He's a good guy. All right, so we are at commercial break again here as Washington is down 10-0. But I'll open it up too because we talked about the Birds game. Let's open up the board. Any games we like for this weekend?
Texans.
Texan, you're all CJ Stroud.
all on.
And
You
it's
and the
not-
Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah,
seem to
yeah,
have
I
a
guess
thing.
so.
For a Notre Dame
But
fan, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, a little bit.
Seriously, especially right now. But having said that about Ohio State and CJ Stroud, my bet is less about the Texans, but it's more about what we were just talking about. Vegas has an overinflated power ranking on Atlanta right now. The Falcons are bad. The fact that the Falcons on a neutral field were a 3-point underdog last week to Jacksonville was a joke. Everyone should have bet that. Jacksonville was a far better
We're about
team.
to see Carson Wentz on the TV screen. 3
do
starting
we
quarterbacks
have
in
to?
each of the last 5 seasons, largest streak since 1950. Let's see him. Let's see the faces. Sam Howell, 5th round pick out of North Carolina.
We're doing a White House
That's
press secretary.
yeah, that's
bit.
really weird.
When you do the Washington game, you got to do the White House.
I thought we were going to see a picture of our old pal, our old friend.
No.
Carson Wentz.
Mr. 99 yards in the last Thursday night
Mr.
football game for this team.
I would have rather
Yes.
seen Donovan in the Washington gear than Wentz there. Go all the way back.
I just want to let you guys know Flyers are up 3-1.
Hey, let's go Flyers.
All right. Do you buy it?
Wait, the Dayton Flyers, they're playing college basketball already?
What's the crowd looking like? What do we got over there?
Thursday night action. Is that what you're looking for?
I thought we were talking Dayton St. Joe's, you know?
Hey, that's good basketball right there.
10
10
nothing.
Bears. Thanks for paying attention to the game, Sean Brace. I was just about to ask you on your thoughts of the first quarter, and I apparently got your thoughts on the first quarter. Thank you.
I want to hear who Beef's got tomorrow on Saturday.
What do we got Saturday, Beef? We're talking college football now, actually.
I like the Sooners. I'm taking them over Texas.
Sooner.
I think Texas due for a slip up, and I think this Oklahoma team is legit. 49-0 last year. That's been stapled into their mind the entire offseason. I think Oklahoma is going to come to play this week. I like the under. Historically, that's an over game, but these are two defenses that have been playing very good this year. I like the under in that
So
game as
Beef
well.
says Texas not back, according to
back.
Beef. Not back.
I'm on Texas.
Horns
I'm
down.
going the other way.
Oh.
I'm on Texas. I like Texas -6. It's not one of my favorite plays though. So I don't have it's not my favorite play. I'm looking at Washington State UCLA for my favorite play.
Wazoo?
I love Wazoo.
There we
I've
go.
been a Cam Ward guy.
4-1 Flyers.
I've been a Cam Ward guy since last year. 4-1. Yeah, Flyers scored
They're winning the
again
cup.
there. Yeah, put in the future.
Thank you, Keith Jones.
Put in the future. Jones and Briere.
Oh, why did you tell that story? What? What
about Bama
Shake his
A&M?
hand? Did you give him a hug? No.
Bama, it's down to 1.5 now.
Down to 1.5. Bama A&M scares me, man. I can't
Why?
touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Why?
Why? What's your problem?
Yeah,
Max Johnson stinks.
I
It's
don't know about
Alabama.
that.
It's Roll Tide.
Max Johnson
They're
was pretty
still
good
great.
the last
I
2
think
weeks.
Bama's
Threw
finding
a
their
pick
stride
six,
now.
didn't he, last week? I
He was
thought
still
so.
good overall,
He was
though.
horrible.
He wasn't
Roll
horrible.
Tide. Alabama's going to run the ball. It's a 24-10 game. Texas A&M is always going to be Texas A&M with Jimbo Fisher. Nothing's changed. It's the same team. I don't care that Petrino's there. None of it.
They're better this year. I'm not a Texas A&M guy. I'm not a Jimbo guy.
They lost to Miami.
But Miami might be really good. Miami might be really good, and I'm not.
When
a
they're playing
crystal ball
Texas
guy.
A&M, they are.
I don't think Texas A&M's bad at all. I was really impressed with how they looked against Auburn, who then put up a good fight.
Terrible
against Georgia.
football team.
Auburn gave Georgia
Auburn's
a big
terrible.
time game.
That's Georgia.
But at Georgia,
Peyton
yeah.
Thorne, really? You're going to tell me Peyton Thorne is somebody to be scared about at Auburn? And then Arkansas.
When
Pittman's
are we
done.
going to talk about the Temple game this weekend? What about the
I actually love UTSA against
oh
Temple
my
this weekend.
goodness.
Did you
14
see that?
points.
Is it 14?
Kurt Warner's
14's a
son
lot.
and Josh McCown's son.
Yeah.
Playing
wow.
quarterback against each other.
Josh McCown.
Josh
Oh, wait,
McCown's
McCown,
son.
yeah.
He's a quarterback at Texas San Antonio. Yep. Yep.
Let me look straight into the camera and say this. McCown's son is better, Kurt. McCown's son is better.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
No,
Jump
no
in my
story.
DMs, Kurt.
Wait, Kurt Warner came. Wait, you
He
need to
came
tell
at
the
me last
story
year.
of Kurt Warner jumping into your
Oh,
DMs.
yeah. So last year, I'm an East Carolina graduate. They're playing Temple in Lincoln Financial Field.
Yes.
And I see EJ Warner throwing warm-ups. The kid's got a noodle arm. I could throw maybe a football as far as EJ Warner.
Okay.
So I decided to tweet this information.
Ah,
And of course, I put all of EJ Warner's name in there. I didn't tag him.
okay.
Kurt Warner vanity searches his son's name. EJ Warner searches him up and goes, "Wow, that's a lame take, bro." I was like, "Okay."
Whoa.
And EJ Warner decides to break the Temple record, I think, for passing yards and threw like 500.
Like 500 yards on it. Yeah.
He threw
Yeah.
like 500 yards.
That's the
ECU
best.
still won the game, by the way. So Temple still stinks.
So he
He's
saw
got
the
that tweet hanging
He saw
in
that- he
his
saw that
room.
tweet.
Oh my
It's on his
gosh,
mirror.
Kurt Warner.
So when EJ Warner gets drafted, it's gonna because John Jansen tweeted that he had a noodle arm.
You know what? I'm glad of that. Kurt doesn't search his own name because I call him overrated in my Twitter, so he could search his own name and see my takes about him. Yeah,
That is
I've
great.
got-
take that, Kurt.
I've got a college football question. It's not a game anyone will be able to see because
Pac-12
of the
network?
Pac-12 network, but Dion,
don't have the Pac-12
prime,
network?
this is the game Colorado can win. They're obviously favored by 4 here. I think Arizona State is bad.
Back on the Colorado train this week.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Back on Coach Prime.
I don't think they can score with Colorado. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that Sanders had that bounce back game last week, I know USC, I'm still not a believer in that defense, but
yeah.
that team's going to be able to score. I just think that Oregon game said a lot more about Oregon. Oregon, I think, might be the team
Oregon's
to beat
legit.
in the Pac-12, but I do agree. I really like
Well, we'll
Colorado
see
minus
next
4.5
week
this
as Oregon takes on
Washington.
Washington.
Might be the game
Who
of
do
the
you
year.
guys
That might
like?
be.
Who do you guys like? And who's the scariest team in the Pac-12? Is it USC? Is it Oregon? Is it Washington?
So far, I'd say Oregon, but
I would think
Washington's
it's
not
Oregon.
far
I think
behind.
it's Oregon. Yeah.
I think it might be Washington.
Washington's got the 2 legit NFL receivers.
They're offensive.
And they-
And a great
they can put
quarterback.
up 60 points.
They've got a couple legit NFL defenders too. Braylon Trice. They have a corner that I'm forgetting the name of, but they've got a couple real NFL guys on Washington. Roma Dunze, the receiver.
McMillan.
They are a legit. I don't know. I was gonna say playoff contender. I think Washington and Oregon, the way that Georgia looks right now, the way Michigan hasn't really played anyone, I'm willing to say both of those teams can win the national championship.
Whoa. Whoa.
How many
That's
teams
crazy.
can?
It's just going to be who comes out of the Pac-12, though. Does the Pac-12 actually get a chance to get 2 teams in?
They better.
They might
probably do.
cannibalize.
This year. They probably do.
I hope so.
That
Well,
means-
it's going to come down to there's
That
going to
means
be a
that
couple of
Big
one-loss
12, an
teams.
SEC or a Big 10 might get left out,
Yes.
or Florida State, who might go undefeated.
But the problem
Someone's
is
going to get left out.
I hope the
badly.
Big 12 does.
there's
Big 12
too many
stinks.
good Pac-12 teams.
But that's the thing; they might all finish with 2 losses or something.
What happens
But I
if
hope
they
this is
all
the year
lose
that
to
the
each
committee
other.
looks at them almost like an SEC of, hey, one loss, but
Right.
that one
But
loss
that one loss
is
is a
against
really
like
good loss.
Washington or
Yeah.
Oregon or USC.
Right.
what if
So I'm hoping so.
USC?
By the way, I guess Washington had the ball. Now they don't have the ball. That happened fast. So here comes Chicago again.
Yeah. Washington 3 and
Wow.
out last drive.
Are they going to blow another lead?
Probably.
Washington was down 21-3 to Denver.
Oh, DJ Moore.
Before they
DJ Moore
had
is
come back.
cooking
He's coming
tonight.
to play tonight.
DJ Moore has come to play
DJ Moore
tonight.
down the field.
I mean, what I will say
Little
is
Naruto run after that. Look at him.
Chicago's passing attack, the way they've struggled, this is telling about Washington's secondary, I
Yep.
think, about what we've been able to see. And by the way, you take a look at what happened last week with the Eagles. The Eagles threw all over them. That wasn't really the concern.
I
So
will say, Emmanuel Forbes is struggling in the NFL.
he's
He
being
is
thrown into like
Yes, he has.
QB1
Yes, he
roles.
has.
Like,
And
it's
it
a tough
is-
spot.
It is not fun. He's just not physical enough. I mean, the
Nice.
size certainly is playing a factor.
The
Very
size
small.
is concerning. I liked Forbes, and it's funny. It's kind of like Jameer Gibbs. I loved Jahmyr Gibbs in the draft process. I loved Emmanuel Forbes in the draft process. And we did an episode on our podcast where it was my guys. Those were my guys. But then when they were drafted, they went even higher than I had them ranked. And I thought I was all in on them. So even where they went, it was too high.
By the way, DJ Moore already over 100 yards.
Yeah, 126.
4 catches, 126.
4 catches, 126 and a touchdown. Yep.
The first quarter.
Khalil Herbert down at the 15.
That's Rashawn Johnson. Rashawn Johnson.
Is that now they're going to play Roshan Johnson, of course. Speaking of the Longhorns, Roshan Johnson.
The whole thing with Forbes
Welcome to
coming
the
out.
stage,
Hello,
Sixers insider Sean. Sixers insider. Should I even introduce you as that anymore?
I'll still take it.
Are you still concerned about, I guess, your safety when I say Sixers and everybody telling you they stink now?
At times,
Is that okay?
it's definitely.
Sean Bernard, by the way, ladies.
Yes,
and gentlemen.
thank you. But I do feel the lack of enthusiasm. I do feel it from the city
That's
as
a good
whole.
way of putting it.
Yeah.
I would say a little bit more hate than lack of
Disinterest,
enthusiasm.
Lack
Just
of
disinterest.
enthusiasm.
Yeah.
There's definitely some hatred mixed in all there.
I think so. A little bit. Vitriol is a good word. That's a very good word.
The worst part about it is I want to be back. Nick Nurse has got me. This team has kind of got me, but it's just there's so much other
Bernard,
stuff.
If they would have just
you
paid
cannot
James
convince
Harden,
me
I'd
right
be
now. You can do that. They could be undefeated 30 games in. I still wouldn't be convinced.
I understand.
It's not going to happen.
I understand.
Are you buying into Harden right now, though, with his attitude and everything, or do you think he's just doing this to help facilitate a trade that he doesn't look difficult?
I believe he's doing it to facilitate a trade, but this is also the right way to facilitate a trade. So I will take this over him causing a storm doing
Wait,
his
it's
thing.
better to trade for a guy that's in shape instead of out of shape?
That's
Oh,
correct.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
a guy that is not declaring to the general public that the general manager is a liar.
By the way,
would be
everybody does
helpful.
the fat Harden, skinny Harden thing.
It's
I think
impressive.
it's just the angles. Honestly,
I don't know.
It's like the dress thing where there was it a blue dress
The
or a
blue
gold
and
dress?
gold,
with the
yeah.
burgers.
That's Harden. I
this
don't.
offseason?
I have seen him with that, but I don't know. Some angles of the same night I look at, and he does look kind of pudgy.
I
and then
actually-
the other angle, he looks pretty good.
I
So
thought
I
he
think
looked
it's just
great.
the angles.
I think he looks
I think
fit
he looks
right now.
good.
I thought he looked great.
Yeah. I think he
The
looks.
shame of it is, I'd be all in. If they would have
Same
just
here.
paid him. If they would have just paid him and said, screw the future, right now is all we have. Nick Nurse is the change, and that's how we have to buy in. I'd be all in. But they screwed it up. This offseason was a disaster. While the Celtics, the Bucks, the Heat
all got
all
way better.
I guess
Yeah.
the Heat
The
did.
Heat didn't.
The
Yeah.
Heat did not.
But those two did.
And Spoelstra today said the Heat got deeper, which is just flat out untrue.
The Cavs might have got better.
Do you
with
ever get
Strus,
tired
with
about talking about
Niang.
the Sixers, Bernard? Like, has it gotten tiresome lately?
No,
Okay.
no, to be honest, no.
You got to post the same Harden thing over and over again. If
it's
he's
like-
skinny, if he's fat,
It's like a good
does
and
he
bad
like the
thing.
Sixers? Is he friends with Embiid? You know?
There's always stuff to talk about, but it's never basketball. It's constantly. I feel
You're
like
basically just a TMZ reporter at this
I-
point.
more
Yeah.
or less. Yes, it's who's tweeting what, who's saying what, who feels what. It's never like
Are they having dinner with Coach Prime or something?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
Did you see our guy Austin Krell with standing right next to with Nick Nurse when he asked the question about Joel's defense, and Nick Nurse goes, "No, I want him to be very risky
yeah.
and very." What was the second word he used? Very risky and very out of control or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like,
reckless.
reckless. I
Yes.
was like, all right, let's relax.
No, I
there.
love reckless Embiid. That's good. No. Very good.
Yeah.
All right, so back a little bit. We're in commercial break into the first quarter. So update on the betting line: Chicago, Washington. Chicago up 10-0. They're driving. Good score. Very close to plus 180 on the money line for Washington. 5.5-point favorites, Chicago. This is a very big swing.
Yeah.
Is this, though, Mark, after last week, should we take into account Chicago blowing that lead? Should we be looking at Washington props, or is this Washington totals lines, or is this concerning for Washington?
I'm not as high on Washington, so it's concerning. But like I said, I think we could expect a little bit of a comeback. Does that mean Washington comes back and wins the game or covers the spread? I don't know, but I do think this is not going to just be a blowout. I think Washington will get back into this game and make it an active concern.
Neither one of these teams are capable of a blowout. I
Yeah.
feel that they're both too ugly.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I also think the Bears are not as bad as they've looked so far. I don't think they're good. I think they're still going to be a top 5 pick, no doubt.
I don't
about
think
it.
Fields is as bad as he looked in his first couple of
Yeah.
games.
That
I think
is-
that's more of where I
That's
would
probably
go.
a better way to put my point. I can't put my finger on what I think about him yet. I think my honest take is I'm buying the dip at his second location is probably my outlook on Justin
Totally.
Fields. but I can't really figure out because I agree. I don't think he's as bad as he's looked. And there are flashes. You still see it. Like, you still can see a good quarterback in there, but he absolutely has not taken the steps I think everyone hoped.
And have the Bears ever developed a quarterback? I feel like the organization you go to has
Kyle
basically as
Orton
much
was pretty
influence.
good there. I remember that.
Jay Cutler.
Jay
Uh,
Cutler
Jay
had a
Cutler
little bit,
was,
but that wasn't
yeah.
homegrown.
Yeah, no, neither of them were.
No.
Neither of them.
Rex Grossman?
Yeah.
Sexy Rexy.
No,
Jeez.
I mean, it's offense in general there outside of running back.
Oh, is that DJ Moore
Another
again?
one. Another one.
Philadelphia's
DJ Moore,
fine.
Have
number
yourself
two.
a day.
DJ Moore does this where it's 3 catches for 31 yards, 4 catches for 40 yards, 8
5
catches for
catches for about
110 yards, and
billion
3
yards.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's
Have
very
yourself a
inconsistent,
day.
but when
He's
he
the
has a
ultimate
day, he's
boomer
great.
bust guy.
That's a
Also,
tough
I'll
play,
say again,
too. That's a tough
Another good
catch.
throw by Justin Fields. That's another really
That
good
is.
throw.
And a tough
Up
catch.
in the corner of the end zone on the pylon. That's against Fuller this time. Fuller a bit better than I say Forbes at the moment.
How do you bite on a double move in the red zone?
When you're 15 yards
when you're
out.
part
yeah.
of Washington's defense? When Jack Del Rio is your defensive coordinator. All right, so Chicago up 17-0.
Wow.
I'm biting my
Over
10 on
Washington.
Jack. I'm biting my tongue on Jack Del Rio jokes.
He is a terrible coach. He's brutal. All
And-
right, anybody have DJ Moore for 1,000,000 yards props?
I wish.
2 touchdowns. Who'd you have in your? You had Terry
McLaurin and
McLaurin.
Fields.
And
I don't
he-
think I've seen Terry's name.
You should have swapped out for DJ Moore. DJ Moore looks excellent so far. All right, so we got a couple of bets for this weekend. What about you, Bernard? Anything this weekend for the Birds with you?
On the Bird-
We need your take. Coyle said Rams. We got Nick Pacone on at Fox BHL Gambler. He's tweeting at us that he likes the Rams. I mean, can somebody give me the Eagles? Somebody.
I'll be the guy. I'll go Eagles.
Thank you, Bernard.
This has more to do with I don't think the Rams are good. I know they've looked good. I know Matt Stafford has looked way sharper than I expected, but I just don't buy into that team. They're old. I know they won a Super Bowl within the past couple of years, but they've lost a lot of significant pieces from them. They've started hot. They've looked good, but I feel like they're a team that's destined to come back to reality. So I am taking the Birds this weekend.
Just worried about the coverage, especially because Cooper Kupp was a full participant today. I think he'll
Sure.
be back. The speed, I'm just worried about it. Like Roy was saying, I think the over is a very good play. I could see this being like a 38-35 type game, something like that. Last team with the ball, but
I like Devontae Smith, too. I think this is a Devontae Eats kind of day. We saw the A.J. Brown.
I've been trying to guess that Devontae Smith game. He had a good catch last week against Washington, but
he did
I've
deep
been
touchdown
trying to
against
guess
the
that.
Vikings.
he did. All right, here comes Sam Howell in the offense. Can Washington score? Does Washington know how to throw, move a football down the field? Chase Young looks in disgust at his offense.
And by the way,
did you see that? He was looking like, guys, please, something.
it's like the Russell Wilson looks last year that he was getting with that Broncos defense. And by the way, Vegas is hearing our advice of neither of these teams are good enough to blow it out because up 17-0, the Bears are just 7.5-point favorites.
Yeah, that's still a short spread.
Came into it as what, a 6-point dog?
6-point dog.
Yeah.
I mean, it's moved, 13 and a half points.
I lean much more toward the -6.5 now for the Bears. Now, I don't know if the Commanders got it in them for a comeback. This has been a strong
I already
start.
hate everything about this way that this game is going because everything looks so good for Chicago, but we know so quickly how it can go on the other side. Thursday Night Football is such a weird beast. I mean, look, maybe we should have looked at it this way. Washington just had a tough division game against Philadelphia on the road. They try and get home, short week, after playing, I mean, not just one of the best teams in football in the Eagles. They played the Bills the week before, who was also one of the best teams in football. A tough couple of weeks, and then here comes Chicago kind of surprising them here.
Yeah.
So maybe this is something we should have looked at.
What were your guys' thoughts on Rivera not going for 2 at the end of the game?
Coward.
Huge mistake.
I do think it was
Coward.
I would have been far more fearful in that game if he had gone for the 2.
And so Washington's dynamic is so odd to me because I think they have this now modern, kind of great schematic-wise NFL offense. And then they have Ron Rivera, who doesn't go for 2 still. And then Jack Del Rio, whose defense is still stuck in like the 2000s. And they just have no idea what they want to be. Did he even catch that?
Yeah,
He did catch that.
I feel like that's something I was taught from when I was a little kid playing sports. If
For
you're
sure.
on the road, always go for the win. Don't
Yes.
play for the tie. You play for the tie at home. You're on the road, Eagles' backs against the wall. Everyone in the stadium, I bet, was scared. You know what? Like, that was just
Because
setting
I
up.
thought they were going to go for it.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
they were.
And I was completely worried. And what just
Okay.
happened here?
So Sean Brace is going to have to explain that.
Quick Fox PHL Gambler fantasy update. DJ Moore on Sean Brace's bench this year.
Oh, no.
Put that on
The worst fantasy
that to the
football
camera.
player of all time, Sean Brace.
Yeah, we need a camera angle of that one.
Jahan Dotson sighting.
Action there from Jahan.
Getting inching closer to his 41.5. Very slowly.
It's a nice dent in it, to be honest.
I haven't seen Curtis Samuel once. See,
How many points is he up to, Brace? 30.7 for DJ Moore.
And
Just
we still
in the
have about 10
second
minutes
quarter.
left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
For Josh Reynolds and Tank Dell.
Tank
Oh.
Dell. Tank
is your guy,
Tank Dell fan
You gotta
club
ride
in the
with Tank.
house.
I don't know about that. Way to go, Brace. Let me make sure we check our fantasy lineup for our high stakes league because I'm not. Oh, yeah, that's great. But I'm not trusting you this weekend. I got to see the lineup now.
I went out last night, damn it.
No
Quick-
excuse. There are
quick
no
one-
excuses in fantasy football, Brace.
Speaking of fantasy sports, we're going to have to get that fantasy basketball league going soon.
That's right,
Tom
that's right.
Bernard.
Did we just mention
the
fantasy,
season.
Get it going.
fantasy basketball in this?
Oh, yeah.
We gotta
Yeah,
put up
this
a
is-
wall between
This is
the two
this
of
is
us.
out of control.
Yeah.
Howard, shut their mics off.
True sicko behavior.
Basketball doesn't exist right now.
I know Sean Brace is in on the fantasy basketball, a little fantasy hoops.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you get 1,000,000 points in fantasy basketball, too. It's crazy.
I love how he said yes to that. He's barely in on fantasy football. He has DJ Moore on his bench. He doesn't even know what he's doing.
Fantasy basketball is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
All right, let's see if we can get any points out of Washington here. 17-0. This game stinks.
I'm on the under, so
So I
I'm
guess-
not happy with this so far.
Yeah.
So I guess we can move it on to other games, other things happening around. How about we just get it back to the Phillies? Bernard, I didn't ask you about this yet.
Sure.
Phillies vibes. How
All
we
in.
feeling? All in?
I'll tell you right now. I just told this to Coyle sitting over there, but I watched Castellanos flash the ring finger and immediately hit that World Series winner once again.
Did you really?
I
What'd you
did.
get it at?
Plus 900 there. Plus 900 still.
Nice. I saw Mark Henry Jr. had a nice ticket for the Phillies.
Yeah, I'm holding plus 1,400 to win the NL, and I'm holding
Well
plus
done.
3,200 to win the World Series. From June 20th.
Here,
June 20th.
wow.
June
What
20th.
losing streak were they on then?
It was
Newcastle?
whatever one that Nick Pacone was telling people to jump off a bridge about.
We love you, Nick.
So yeah, I love you, Nick. But yeah, I was definitely online defending the Phillies, yelling at people in the mud, as you guys like to say. And I definitely did it as a spite bet against the Phillies fans. Who
Oh,
didn't
here
believe
it is. Sam Howell down the field.
Oh, is that Diami Brown?
Off the fingertips
Curtis
of
Samuel?
Brown.
Or
Is that
Curtis
Samuel?
No, Samuel. That is not. I think that's
Samuel
Brown.
Brown's
I
too,
think
right?
that's
Yeah.
Brown.
College
Off
teammates.
the fingertips.
College teammates.
That looked like a
Oh,
good
that's
ball to
Di-
me,
that's
though.
Diamond
I think
Brown.
That
was a
looks
good
like a
throw.
good ball to
That
me.
looked like a good throw.
But that's another layup. You can't miss that.
Perfect
I
play
think you
call.
gotta catch
was
it.
that a cover? Was that a
I think
Tampa
that's the
2?
receiver
And they had
issue.
Brown down the middle of
I
the
think it's-
field.
I think
Missed him.
I think it's a touch long.
Yeah,
but you have
little
to catch
ball.
it.
You got to
Oh,
catch that.
you
You
gotta
have to
catch
catch
that.
that. You have
It's
to
not like
catch
a
that.
perfect throw, but you have to catch it.
That's a
Terry
catchable
McLaurin
ball.
catches that ball.
Oh, yeah.
Catchable ball for sure.
I mean, you got to catch that.
To
All
touch
right.
on the Phillies point again, though, one of my bigger takeaways is it felt like last year when they got to the playoffs, it was like, this is fun. This is awesome. Everybody's all in. This year, it looks like they belong. Like,
Yeah.
this is their show. They're locked in. They're doing it. And I do believe in them as a legitimate contender way more this year. And that's talking about a team that went to the World Series.
Yeah, and I think the wild card's a great example of that. The Phillies just their top heavy lineup got hot at the right time. Bryce
Right.
Harper went on an absolute tear. Their pitchers pitched well. Everything kind of went well at the top of the lineup, and they also got themselves in good games where they didn't have to go deep into their bullpen. They didn't have to rely on the bottom of their lineup. But now the bottom of their lineup might actually be one of the best parts of the
Wow.
No, I think did he throw it up because of the flag?
That was a bad throw. It might have been
I think
free
it was a
play.
free play.
Got it.
I like it. Throw it to Dotson though. There
When
you go,
you,
Sam.
when you
Howell.
say about Harper too, they won their first two games. What, a combined 11-2, and I think he had one hit. Or
Yep.
two
Yeah.
hits. Was it?
And 1 for 6 with like 2 or 3 walks.
Yeah. So I mean, he didn't make any damage in those first two games, and they still won comfortably. And remember last year, the tail end of the season, before he had that home run in Game 2 against the Cardinals, he was on a really cold streak then.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where if he can get going in Game 1, he's such a momentum player.
Yeah.
He could just ride that and really carry this team on another run.
Yeah.
The biggest development of the entire, first 2 games of this Marlins series is that we're right back to where we were last year, where we have the best 1-2 punch in baseball with Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola. I'll tell you what.
Picked off. Oh, hit the ground.
We obviously had the year of complaining about Nola.
Is that our boy
questioning-
TJ Edwards too? Oh no, TJ.
Shout out TJ
Dropping the
Edwards.
pick. Shout out
colleague.
TJ.
He caught a bag.
Former gambler.
Yeah, he was a-
host, TJ
Yeah,
Edwards.
the
All-Pro Philly show.
Yeah.
Coming back soon. Details. All right, so yeah, Phillies. I think the 1-2 punch happened, but to me, it's the bottom of the line. It's the fact that they are now top to bottom. It's not top heavy. It's not pray for a hit from Nick Castellanos or pray for a hit from Bowman Stott. Those guys I rely on for hits. I rely on Castellanos for hits, Stotts, Bohm, and they consistently deliver. I think that to me makes that they are top to bottom. They're not as good as the Braves, but I think they can go toe to toe.
The
They
kids
can go
have grown
toe-to-toe
up.
with that
The
line.
kids have grown up.
It absolutely, that's huge. But to me, the thing that narrows the gap is what's going on with the Braves rotation right now. With Max Fried's got blisters on his hand.
Yeah.
Spencer Strider hasn't been the same since May 1st, and
He
he
doesn't
hasn't
like
been
crowds.
good at home. He's been bad at home.
No. 3 Houston Texans in one lineup.
Not a good
That's
thing.
no good.
Is it a 2 quarterback
Oh
league?
yeah, let's go
I do like
Texans.
the Texans as well.
Wait. Is your quarterback on a bye or Stroud your guy? Okay.
You start Stroud over him, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, London game against Buffalo.
Stroud's been awesome.
By the way, I think I might like Jacksonville this week against Buffalo.
I lean that way, but I'm staying away.
Yeah.
5.5. I have
Second
not,
straight
I have barely
London
been betting
game.
Jacksonville.
I don't.
I know
Yeah.
that's right.
And-
That's a good point.
Even weirder than that, this is the first time we've had a team
Back to
in their
back.
second team back to back in London.
I'm on the
We don't have
Jags.
any data points on it.
They're gonna come back with British accents this week. This whole team.
We keep going like we're like going
Yeah.
we're like
All over the
diagonal zigzagging
That's
all
okay.
over the place. But Aaron Nola giving us the confidence that he's ace Aaron, he's big game Nola. He's not this guy we have to sit and pray and clench. We don't have to do any of that when he looks the way he did last night. And I think that's the biggest development. If we have big game Nola, if we have 2 aces at the top of our rotation, they're the best team in baseball, in my opinion.
And I can't wait to see Ranger on the bump again. That I'm looking forward to that. That is, you're not?
No, that's
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
him. Is he
Yeah, that's
starting
my favorite
game 1?
player.
They haven't announced
They haven't
it.
He
announced
should.
They haven't announced it. I
He should.
imagine he will be.
He should.
I think it lines up good for him to start.
I want him to.
Yeah.
They start Taiwan Walker.
I think
Because
Sanchez.
they-
I think it would be
Ranger,
either Sanchez or
Yeah.
Ranger.
I think
Well,
it's
that-
Sanchez or Ranger, and I think it should be Ranger.
It should be Ranger. He's got the experience, and he just had a gem against Atlanta in a game
Yeah.
where Atlanta had their whole lineup in. It's not like they were resting guys. Like Ranger went 6 innings. I think he had 10 Ks in that game.
And we just know he can do it. That he's done it on that stage. He's been there before. I've never seen a guy with a lower pulse in big moments than Ranger Suarez.
Too big of a stage for Sanchez, too. Hey, go
agree.
out there, start game 1 in the NLDS.
I like
Right.
Sanchez coming in later. If
Yeah,
it's, if
like
it's
the
keep Rangers
fourth
for
or
3 to
fifth,
4
something like
innings,
that,
then
yeah.
bring it Sanchez. They're going to have to use Sanchez, and I
Yeah.
think Sanchez is an absolute weapon for them.
Right.
He's great as a lefty specialist. He can be used. He can be used for extra innings. I love Christopher Sanchez. And
His changeup's one of the best pitches in baseball.
it really is. It's fantastic.
Is Walker a guy that you can bring out of the pen, you think?
Walker's a guy you used like Noah Syndergaard last year. If you need an inning or 2 just to eat the innings, maybe your starter didn't go as long, or you need to, God forbid, start him for some reason. Just he can give you an inning or 2. You live with whatever he gives up, but I think it's going to be very minimal. Did Mark Henry Jr. just get some food? What'd you get there? What'd you get? What'd you get?
Mozzarella sticks. Mozzarella sticks.
Mod sticks.
So the
Okay.
thing with
let's get
Walker
Brace on
is
here.
he starts slow so often. I feel like any start Walker has, it's a 1-2-0 deficit already for the Phils. That's why I wouldn't feel comfortable throwing him in a 6th, 7th inning in a 1-run game.
I really, if Taiwan Walker's being thrown in a game, that probably means that the Phillies are down a few runs. Wow.
Is any chance we see Michael Lorenzen, or is it just straight
No,
up,
he is
thanks
not
for
going
the
to be on the
no-hitter
roster.
and we're
No,
out? Yeah.
he's done.
Yeah, he
Thank
Weston
you,
Wilson's
thank you
on
for
the
your
roster
services.
again?
Thank you for the very fun game. No,
Fair.
thank you.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's probably the right call.
I'd rather put Sean Brace on the mound over Lorenzen.
Oh my goodness. Somebody just sent me a picture of team jerseys at the Philadelphia Eagles tailgate.
Yep.
And it
Kelsey.
says
Yep.
Kelsey, Cox, Hurts, Swift.
All great players.
Oh,
Fantastic
love
players.
Yeah, what's the joke there?
That order had nothing to do with what that picture was about. They're just great players. Good jerseys.
No, I don't think you guys understand.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. Once again, we
just
are
got the
here
YouTube back.
at the Trappe Tavern in Trappe, PA, giving away an
Hello,
Eagles
Trappe
trip
Tavern.
to see
You having a good time out there, Brace? I saw you mingling around, sitting at
the
the tables. You having fun?
Birds and Commanders on October 29th. Yes, meeting the people, John
Nice.
Jansen, shaking hands, slapping backs, kissing babies.
Does it all.
Folks, obviously, if you're watching us live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you got to get down to the Trap. This is the place to be,
That's a dime.
and that's your only opportunity to win the trip. For the fine folks that are here, we will be giving this away in the third quarter, all right? Probably mid-third quarter, in the third quarter, but stick around. Take care of your bartenders and wait staff working really hard. Shout out to everybody that came through for us. Got Jody over here. Jody's a die-hard. Talking die-hard Eagles fan. Literally,
Amazing.
when I was doing my first events, first gigs, back in like 08, 09.
Baby Brace. Wow.
She was there.
That's great.
She was there. She was there at the Legion. She's been at the Legion Players Show. Die-hard Eagles
Nice.
fan. Yes, goes all over. Nobody
Which is
bigger.
coming back, by the way.
Yes, not this Monday though.
Not this Monday, though.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
no.
we got bumped. Westchester, we did an event at Barnaby's, and
Shout out,
do you remember who the Eagles player was there? He's a big star now. Who's the guy I'm talking about? The linebacker, the Fox FS1.
Oh, Emmanuel Acho is
Emmanuel
there.
Acho.
Oh,
Emmanuel
blocked me
Acho,
on
who is
Twitter.
a star, and he was there. He was the player that hung out with us. We also did one with Clay Harbor. Clay Harbor, I remember back in those days
He's
too as
back
well.
on the air
Yeah,
with us, too.
yeah,
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 he's big time now, too.
yeah. Swoop.
That's awesome.
You ever hang out with a mascot before? I'll tell you right now, you could pick up girls with him, real easy. Me and Swoop were tearing it up at Westchester. It was great. It was great. A lot of fun.
Swoop's a good-looking guy. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
There she is.
Reinforcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up for Dominique. Yeah.
Look at that.
One more time. How old do you think I am? I like you. I'm an old man. I'm 42. Hello. You look great. You look great. You look like you're 35. All right, come on.
The wife
back in
is not
08.
Oh, we got a tush push. Tush push.
Tush push.
Tush push.
Oh, ban it.
They
Ban
got
it.
it.
He
Got
fumbled. Oh, no. They're saying
got
he
it.
didn't
They
pick
got
it
it.
up. My bad. I thought he fumbled. Correct.
No.
27. Somebody take that drink out of her hand.
I'm like, wait, what? I was 7. No. I graduated high school in 99. No. Yeah. I'm old. Trust me. Yeah.
Flagged.
15-yard penalty. Yep. No, you're all right. You're all right.
Automatic.
All
first
love,
down.
all love. No, it was a good time. We had a blast at Barnaby's. Barnaby's was a fun time at Westchester. My wife went to Westchester. Westchester's a great time. But let me tell you about this place. So I did an event at Trappe Tavern too back in those days, man. I did an event here,
Way back.
and I remember the ceiling being really low.
The ceiling is the roof.
Dude, this place is great because you got the outdoor here, outdoor space. They got the beach. I mean, if you close your eyes, you think you're right in Sea Isle.
The
It's
point, Boyle.
amazing.
It's the point right out there.
This is your place. You know, you want me to? What do you want me to do? I play some Secret Service music.
Yeah.
You start banging the roof.
No.
Michael Cobb's coming in soon. I heard.
No. Ready for a Gypsy Wisdom show.
Gypsy
Come on,
Wisdom.
guys.
There you go.
Come on, guys. Gotta keep
Coyle,
it in
do
the
you know
family.
who Gypsy Wisdom is?
Yeah. Of
course,
his
every
brother,
Thursday
Front
night.
stage at DOD.
Do you
Come
know
on.
his brother's the lead singer?
I did not know that.
There you go.
And my cousin is also the lead
yes,
singer.
yes.
Really?
I always
What about
slight your cousin.
Yeah, because she's
Always
girl
always
with the
slight your
tattoos?
cousin.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course, girl with the
I
tattoos.
feel like
She's
she does like
fantastic.
pull-ups sometimes. Is
Yeah,
that
she
right?
does.
That's
She's
good.
very fit.
Wow.
Which you could probably not tell by my looks that our family has some fit people in it, but they do. It's just not me.
Gypsy Wisdom.
Because I like Miller Lights too much.
We
Thank you,
love
Miller
them.
Lite.
We love
Yeah.
Gypsy Wisdom, man. Good people. And yes, Jansen's brother rocks out. And one of these years, they're going to let me up there to sing a song.
No, they're not.
One
No, they're
time.
not. There's a certain standard.
Bob Seger. All
Hollywood
right?
Nights?
Ooh, now we're talking.
By the way, LeCompte, fantastic show too. By the way,
Another touch.
Another
Next week
touch
at the Green
push.
Parrot.
Taking over.
Tush push.
Get it out of the
You
league.
can't stop them. You can only hope to contain them.
I
Wait,
gotta
are the
say,
Bears as good as the Eagles? Is they?
Well, that
touch
looks
push?
like 2 for 2 there.
That's the
Yeah.
most success. They've already done it about a couple other times
Better than
before
a lot
It's
this.
the
of
third
teams.
time, I think.
I
3
don't
for 3
know.
tonight.
Well,
That
did you
looks pretty
see
good.
who was the team that said they got 2 people hurt on the play?
Giants.
The Giants, yeah.
Giants,
Are we
yeah.
surprised?
Including Daniel Jones.
Where's
was one of them.
Powers at? Kick a man when he's down.
I gotta say, boys, I am not out on Justin Fields. I do think that he's got a little something.
He's really good at a quarterback.
Yeah,
sneak.
this drive
He's
is
very
sold.
good. Yeah, I'm sold.
Well, I haven't moved
After
off
that
the-
play specifically,
I saw him lean forward for six inches, and it sold.
Look
It would have
at
been a very
this.
Fields thing. Up there we go.
Yeah, that's the Justin Fields we know. That's
I
the
think he
Justin
panicked a little
Fields.
bit for no reason.
You know, it's real easy for me to sit here at the Trappe Tavern and be like, "Come on, what are you doing?" When Chase Young is coming at you, barreling down. Like, that's a guy you have to.
So I want to revisit that draft. By the way, Chase Young looking better than Joe Burrow right now. So
get out of
no.
here!
I'm just saying.
No.
Joe
Chase
Burrow went
Young's
to a
looking better than
Super
Joe Burrow
Bowl,
right now.
and
Yeah, that's great. Joe Burrow can't complete a pass right
Chase
now.
Young's also played like 12 NFL
Dude.
games.
Ah, he's playing this one though.
Yeah.
Dude.
Looks pretty good.
there's a guy by the name of Patrick Mahomes that owns the AFC. All right, come on, cut Joe Burrow some slack.
Joe Burrow looks terrible right now.
He's
Hey,
hurt.
He's hurt. He's playing through. He's fighting.
He
You
can't
should have
move.
listened to Jamar.
But
Sit
I
out
also,
the first
I
5
also want to
weeks and
say
then come
this,
back.
right? There is something else that comes along with being a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow has, I mean, dude, he's,
The it.
every time he gets in front of a camera, that curl is hanging down. You know, like that. You can't make that, right? That's worth the draft pick alone. His hair.
The curl.
Joe Cool.
Yeah.
You're into
Dude,
the curl, okay?
Just think,
Nice.
The part.
still the first thing I think of with Joe Burrow is just smoking the cigar
Yeah,
after
yeah,
the
cigar.
national championship.
Yep.
It doesn't get any cooler than that. That picture right there, he's got the it.
Speaking of Texas
Doesn't
and
get any
Oklahoma,
cooler than shaking hands with Odell after the game and giving
When-
him $200.
yeah.
Yeah.
When they beat Alabama, he was smoking
No
cigars.
way. Fields is doing it again.
That's interference.
Oh,
Interference.
almost caught it.
Flag,
That's a great
flag.
ball.
Didn't
No
turn it
flag?
over.
No flag?
Wow.
I feel like that's not as called as much anymore. But back like 5 years ago, if you didn't turn, automatic
I
flag.
thought for sure he hit him though.
I thought he did.
That was a great ball, by the way.
That was fine throw.
Oh yeah.
Another catchable ball from Justin Fields.
I'm a Fields guy.
It's a. Oh, he got
Yeah,
there
that was
early.
good.
That's,
Oh,
that's
that's a
absolutely
PI.
PI.
Flag. In the
Oh my
flag.
God!
in the face
He
too.
He
mugged
clubbed
him.
him.
Not your
What do you mean
fault,
on
Justin.
you?
Not your fault, Justin.
Mugged him.
Justin Herbert would have completed that pass.
Justin
he would have.
Herbert would have be losing this game right now.
Trevor Lawrence would have thrown a better ball, but they would have
Good.
dropped it. So
Oh, and if you took the team total over 19 and a half of the Chicago Bears, like Sean Brace told you, you won cash and bang.
a
Let's
first half
go.
cash for Sean
20.
First
Wow.
half catch.
20. How about that?
Well done.
Dude, are you kidding me?
You.
Chicago Bears. I'm like, dude. All right, we're gonna take the Chicago Bears. Can they get us to 20? He goes, "Are you really asking me that question right now?" I'm like,
You want to know what the Washington Commanders team total was
24 and a half.
at? 26 and a half.
26 and a half? It bumped up. Wow.
I don't think they're getting that number.
No.
No, this is
It's
a
the
Bear-
Bears though. It's the Bears.
It is the Bears.
True.
That's right.
And there is a lot
right.
of football left.
Yeah.
What? 5 minutes left in the quarter.
Sounded like such a dad when you said that.
Bears 20
A
and a
lot of
half.
football left, all right?
Big
It's
third
still,
down
you
here.
know what? Big drive before. You got to get 7 before the half.
I say that
Gotta
when
get
if
7.
the Eagles are up 28-0. I will always say there's still a lot of ball left.
Still a lot of ball left.
A lot of ball.
Even though it's the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Still a lot
It's
of ball
never
left.
easy.
It's not over until there are 4 zeros on the clock, right?
It's true.
Tell you what, when you talk about the Chicago Bears, there's nothing better than the Saturday Night Live skits back in
Jaworski?
the day.
Oh yeah.
The super fans.
Oh, and rest in peace. Dick Butkus died today.
Yes, he
The
did.
Bears are on
I said you before
television.
kickoff. I
Oh
said it's
my
got to be a
goodness.
10-2 money line
Probably
game.
about 3 times.
Sorry,
I didn't
I
listen.
wasn't paying attention. But man, that's crazy. Saturday Night Live, go Bears! And he's, I'm having a heart attack. Like,
Oh,
oh
Bears.
yeah, great.
Great Chris Farley skit.
Great.
How many heart attacks was that? That'd be a baker's dozen, Bob.
Oh, strong pull. Just need 20. We got there, dude. We
Well
roll
done, Sean
on,
Brace.
man.
This is what we do with the gambler, by the way.
We roll on. Team totals. I am just saying 3 for my last 3 team totals. Rangers, Phillies, Bears.
I like those
The guys
percentages.
in left the other night, a couple of my boys.
What happened?
That cash.
So, true
yeah.
story. You see the video?
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my couch. I got the 3.5. Harper goes. He runs through the stop sign, scores the run, and then there it was. Boom. The boys are celebrating in the left field seats, right? And I'm like, that absolutely is a 3.5 winner right there. Absolutely, because I was doing it too from the couch by myself.
Was it actually?
So yeah, I clip it and I rewound it. I'm like, look at these guys. They're celebrating 3.5. I put it out there. He comes over the top. He goes, yeah, that's my boy. Blah, 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 blah. He comes back and goes, yeah, it was 3.5 team total. So good.
That's
Boo!
Josh Harris stinks.
Look at him with the Louis Vuitton
Boo.
jacket. Go away, Josh Harris. Sell the team. Sell the Sixers.
Sell the team.
Boo.
Last
That's a
Sixers
weirdo.
reference of the night.
He is a weirdo.
Well, why is he not in Colorado?
He is the most
Why is he not doing
awkward.
it in Fort Collins right now?
He's the most awkward billionaire out there.
Yeah, should I try to shake your hand
I
right
was
now?
gonna say.
The-
Oh no, you didn't want that
Yeah.
on live air.
Oh, I'm on TV. I better sit down.
Doesn't he need to be negotiating with James Harden or something? What is he doing? What is he doing?
He bought the Commanders, bro. NFL.
He doesn't care about the Sixers anymore, does
No,
he? He's
no.
never going to be there.
I will say he typically is at a lot of Sixers games.
Oh, he's
Not
at every
anymore.
game.
Yeah, I think that's going to change now.
Well, my take was, and it's not going to happen because we just played DC. But imagine if we played the Commanders in December, right? And there was a day-night doubleheader. Commanders at home, Sixers at night. And dude went to both games thinking like, yeah, I own both teams. I'm going to go. Yeah, you got every right to go. Dude, he would get booed to no end
Oh yeah,
at a Sixers game
Oh, yeah.
after that. And he will. He's in for a rude awakening this year.
picked off.
Oh, picked off.
Interception.
Chicago.
The Bears.
Dominant. The Bears.
Jansen, I would like to check in on the how high.
Yeah, we should
Not great.
we should tweet Sean King, who was the captain
Yeah, he loves
of. Hey
Sam
Sean,
Howell.
how high, huh?
Not great. I didn't say he was good. I said he was competent. He doesn't look that way right now.
Looked good last week. Nice play.
I feel bad for Terry McLaurin, man. Think about the quarterback
seen him all night.
to work with. Yeah, I mean, you can maybe say Sam Howell's the best quarterback.
He's better than
that
Carson
played with.
Wentz.
Probably better than Carson Wentz.
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke, I might take over Sam Howell. That's a close debate there. But the fact that I'm having that debate is a point towards I just feel bad for Terry McLaurin.
Does this performance though by the Commanders make you more worried about the
There you go.
Philadelphia
I
Eagles?
was waiting for it. I was
Oh.
waiting for that question.
Look at you.
Washington State.
That's a sports
That's
talk
such
radio.
A sports talk
yeah,
radio.
nice
What a
work.
vet
Nice
there.
work. We need to get you involved in our
Absolutely.
pre-show meetings a little more here.
I mean, of course it does. No, it
610-632.
doesn't.
So, yeah, you have to think like that. And that was one of the things that I was asking, like, what carries over from the Commanders? Because they looked good last week. They did. I don't know. I think we could all trust our eyes and see that the Eagles secondary is kind of depleted right now, banged up, not playing well.
And it's Thursday night football.
Yeah.
It's weird things happen.
Yeah.
Can't take much from a short week. By the way, they've played
Short week.
Buffalo and Philadelphia back to back.
and an
So
overtime
it's not like they've
game,
had
too.
easy and overtime game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, division overtime game after playing Buffalo. You know, yeah, they look like a team that's pretty gassed at the moment. And they're about to be down by 24.
Roll, baby. Roll.
Roll Tide. I mean, wait, what? Oh, never mind.
We are approaching the 2-minute warning. Boom. Approaching the 2-minute warning here. We are at the 2-minute warning. Commanders and Bears. Why don't we get a little live line action? What do you say here? What do you think that number is right now?
You think Washington's still the favorite?
It's been holding steady.
10.5.
10.5 is a good number.
Do I think Washington's still the favorite? Right now, 11.5.
11.5.
Yep. And total
Bears
coming
going
at
in.
51.5. As we got 20-3. Dude, I'll take the under in that 51.5
I was thinking that
all
as
day
well.
long. Let me bang that right now. I'm going to spin my winnings.
So, quick question about the Eagles' trip to DC.
Yes.
With the new ownership,
Yes.
do the Eagles still dominate the attendance down there?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, that place is a dump. And I don't think just because there's new owners, I don't think DC fans even want to go there because they know. He was talking about because he got an invite through Legion. And I'm like, dude, go. But, like, don't expect. That place is a dump. FedEx Field. Oh, my God. Brutal. I went there for a Manchester United
I don't
game.
like that city. That's a terrible
DC.
city.
No,
well,
hang
it's
on.
not even in the city.
It's not even
It's not even in the
DC.
city.
Andover.
Not in
Whatever.
DC.
It's around the same area.
Right.
I
Hated
also really
DC.
think they should. They're gonna change their name again next year. They should go by the DC something. I think that's way cooler than Washington. If you're the DC and then the team
They
name,
need to go back to the football team. Washington
DC?
football team is beautiful.
DCFT,
Excellent naming.
that'd be fire. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like the football club. It said, yeah, it's football team.
What?
Do it.
Football
Washington
team.
football team. That's fantastic.
be
Do it.
DCFT.
I think you
The
could.
Commanders.
I
What are
think
they
you're.
commanding?
Yeah, I'm just
It's terrible.
keep the Commanders. I don't know. Are you really going to change your franchise name 4 times in the last decade?
Nobody cares.
Josh Harris.
No,
is
you're
world.
right. Nobody does care. And if you rip the Band-Aid off, you get it going.
Should have been the Red Hogs.
Red Hogs were
Yeah.
good.
No, there was a couple things.
Pharaoh Hogs would have been better.
There was one that had me. I forget what it was. It wasn't the Skins. It wasn't like potato. There was a couple of them.
Potatoes.
I'll slide. Right. You know what? I want the end.
What kind of potato was it? Were we talking russet? Or were we talking red potato? Or... Yeah, red potato. There we go. I'll go with a little sweet potato. I saw the sweet potato fries that Ty had. Those look good. Those are good. Are they good?
Red Wolves. Red Wolves was one of them. I think that was like a war reference or something.
Red Tails, there it is.
That's what it was.
Well, you can call them whatever you want. I'm about to call them down 24 soon. So
Did he say potato skins?
I'm about to call
yeah,
winner.
Sean just called them potato skins.
Potato skins.
The Skins.
That's what you call a team from like Idaho. You know, the potatoes.
No, it's obviously it goes off of the name. You called them the Skins anyways, right? Like everyone called them the Skins, right?
See, that would be fine. That's like a pickup game.
Wait,
team,
am I the
you
only
know?
one that
Sure,
NFC
Skins,
East
yeah.
battle? You called them the Skins. The Skins.
My high school is still the Neshaminy Redskins.
Yes, they are.
as of this day, and they're spending millions per year in taxpayer money to defend the name in
Oh
court.
man.
It's insane. It's insane.
Well,
I don't know.
Did Mark
how-
just
why
get
I
into
brought that
politics
in.
there?
No.
I don't think that's political.
No, it's not
local
political.
politics. The local gossip.
No, it's not political.
I
2023.
No,
It's
no.
insane.
I just thought you could roll with the potato skins. Why not?
What's your
By the
favorite?
way-
What's your favorite kind of potato? Sean?
Roy, that's
sir.
me, right? The
It
bottle?
is.
Yeah,
It is.
thank you, sir.
Roshan Johnson concussed in this game, by the way.
I just
Ooh.
wanted
So here comes
Ooh.
Khalil
so
Herbert.
Khalil Herbert should get all the work.
He's looking
9
fantastic
rushes,
too.
76
76 yards. Khalil Herbert.
I just want to point out how tasty this Miller Lite is.
It's
have-
delicious.
This might be the best Miller Lite I've ever had in my life. All right. Ice cold here at the Trappe Tavern. Great service, great wait staff, great managers, great people. This is the place to be on a Thursday night. And shout out to God for giving us this
Shout
weather.
out to God.
God, thank you.
God.
If you're listening, God, thank you. Thank you. I'll take 84 and sunny for tailgating any day, baby.
You sound like Justin Fields is about to in this post-game presser. I just, first of all, need to thank
Yesterday
God.
at Citizens Bank Park, 80 degrees, and I mean, I'm catching
I don't know,
rays.
that's too hot.
Yeah,
too
see, Jansen's weird.
80 degrees is too hot. We're talking about playoff October baseball,
Eh.
and you want it to be 80 degrees.
It's gonna be chilly over the weekend.
No,
You get what you
postseason
want.
baseball is better when it's like 50, 60 degrees.
No,
Yeah, see,
Come
I
on,
like the
it's
postseason-
objectively better.
I like those postseason games where they have like the
hoodies on and
hoodies
stuff?
on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They,
Yeah.
The whole grounds crew and all the people were wearing those hoodies last
Yeah, they
night. I
were.
was like, you got to be
How
dying.
hot.
You got to be dying. It was hot. when game
Justin
time
Fields,
came
come
around.
on. Touchdown.
Cole Kmet.
Wow.
Cole
Notre
Kmet
Dame-
anytime
Notre Dame legend.
touchdown.
That's three in 2 weeks for Cole Kmet.
Crazy.
All right, put on the Flyers game.
Dude,
Put on the Flyers.
wait, the Bears were you mean to tell me the Bears were winless?
Washington's playing a preseason game right now. This
So-
looks terrible.
So the Bears blew a 28-7 lead last week. Like
That's okay
Yeah.
for us, right? Yeah.
yeah, this game is not over.
Can you give me that phone? Because I'm going to tweet Josh Harris.
Yeah, by the
Tweet
way,
directly at Josh Allen.
no greater show of like ownership was shown. John Middleton got on the dugout and is throwing baseballs
throwing
to all
baseballs.
the people. Like he's getting. Did you see the translator was dousing him with the champagne? He said, "You're in trouble."
Can you-
He was telling the translator he was in trouble for getting them all away.
Oh,
Then
man.
you got Josh Harris buying a rival
I was
football.
gonna say, can you envision
That's the
Josh
difference.
Harris going into the stands
Hey,
at a
guys.
Washington game and throwing footballs into the
No.
stands? Could you see him do that?
He's
I can see
awkward.
Howie Roseman doing that, though.
Hey,
I was
Joel,
gonna say, I can
don't pop the
Oh,
champagne.
no, I
too
can see
hard.
Jeffrey. Yeah, that's what I mean. Jeffrey
He's
Lord.
so awkward.
I cannot stand Josh Harris.
So you're a big fan.
Huge fan. Yeah. But no, it's funny though because Philadelphia can complain about a lot of things. I don't think ownership in sports is one of them for two of the teams.
Yep.
Because I think John Middleton and Jeffrey Lurie do everything
Right,
you
okay,
could
okay.
want them to
For
do.
Middleton, though, we had to bully that man to actually spend money.
I don't know.
All
He
right?
was
We
trying
had
to do a rebuild.
we
He was
had
trying to
a
rebuild.
rebuild.
He
You
poorly.
had to spend money.
Andy
You had to bully
McPhail.
him into it.
Andy McPhail was a bad choice.
There's definitely some truth to that.
I think he's spent money for 5 years now, though.
Oh, he's definitely gone
It
after
was a
it.
short period of time, and I think that they were trying to rebuild to get to the point to spend money, but they never got the rebuild right. McPhail was the wrong hire. That's on him. But I think everything he's done since then, he's trying. He's putting every offseason we go out, we sign these guys.
Dude, he had the choice between Manny Machado or Bryce Harper, and he hit a home run.
Nailed
there.
it.
Yep.
You know,
Nailed it.
like that could have been the difference right there. Bryce has been such a culture change, like, you know, going out. You go get, I don't know. It's tough for me to say that, but I think if you get Manny Machado, Trey Turner's not here, right?
No.
You know?
Yeah.
So I just,
JT might not be here.
yeah, everything is just connected. It's absolutely connected.
And Bryce is the best free agent signing
Dude.
of my lifetime of any team.
Oh,
but
100%.
second is Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler is historically good in the postseason.
he could cement himself there
I-
soon
In my lifetime, think of a free agency signing.
for the Phillies.
Any Philadelphia team, free agency signing. Where Michael Vick maybe.
Namdi Asamoah.
Yeah. Ate in his car. Nnamdi Asomugha.
He's a good actor, apparently, by the way.
I mean, you know, I rolled Jeff Jenkins in there. I rolled
Jeff Jenkins.
Jeff Jenkins.
Malcolm Jenkins free agent, or was that a trade?
Malcolm Jenkins.
He was a free
good
agent.
one.
He was a
He's
free
good
agent.
one.
That's a free
I
agent.
remember doing the show with John Marks when we signed Malcolm Jenkins and he lost his mind. And I'm like, what do you even know about Malcolm Jenkins to make you that upset? And it was because who was the other safety that was available? He signed with the Broncos. There was another
Oh,
big name
yeah.
safety.
I can't remember.
I forget who it was. There was two safeties.
That's right.
And he was like
Weddle?
a big he signed with the Broncos.
Weddle didn't go there.
I think he was with the Bills, and then he signed. He was,
Oh yeah.
Yep, I know who you were talking about, but I
so
can't remember the name.
and he was so upset on air, and like he doesn't fake stuff. I don't know. I haven't listened to him forever. Love him, but
I'm
so
the better John.
next thing you know, I'm like, dude, what do you even know about Malcolm Jenkins? He's not even that bad of a player. I'm like, you know what? Give him a chance.
Oh, he was a terrible player.
Malcolm Jenkins was awesome.
I think Zach Wheeler. I think like Malcolm Jenkins, one of my favorite Eagles of all time. I think Zach Wheeler is probably a better
I would say
baseball
yes,
player than
yeah.
Malcolm Jenkins is a
Yep.
football
Oh,
player.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
Wheeler's the ace of a team that went to the
Yeah.
World Series,
Yeah.
and he was, I mean,
He was a
pitching like an
Cy Young
ace.
candidate last
Like,
year.
he was
And,
amazing.
yeah, I mean, like,
and not to mention the value you got on Wheeler. Like
Right.
we kind of bought in on him, thinking he'd be a number 2 guy.
I got the
maybe a
name.
number 3.
I got the name.
what was the name?
Any guesses?
Did he
No.
play for the Bills?
One more time.
You said, did he play for the Bills? Is that true?
He did play for the Bills.
He got signed with the Broncos. Though.
Got signed by
Yeah.
the Broncos.
Yes.
T.J. Ward,
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
wow.
That's-
and he was high priced.
Yeah, yeah.
he
he's
was
a big
like
name.
he made crazy money,
T.J. Ward.
and Malcolm Jenkins was the guy.
They got the guy. They got it right.
All right, we're running down the clock here in the second quarter.
So a live line on this game. Chicago -16.5.
I want to make sure that everybody's signed up here because I'm pretty sure what we're going to do is at the start of the third quarter, I think we call a winner.
Okay.
I
There
think
we
we
go.
call a winner.
I mean, we can already call a winner in the game. We might as well call a
Yeah.
winner with the giveaway.
You know, it's 9:30, so I think that will probably be right around 10 p.m. So hang with us another 20 minutes. Promise you no more than that. We will call a winner for the Eagles trip right here at the Trappe Tavern. Eagles and Commanders on October 29th. And Miller Lite hooked us up with an official trip, all inclusive. To
Thank you,
go
Miller
down
Lite.
to
Thank you.
DC to see the Eagles beat down the Commanders. And I'm talking hotel, bus, 2 tickets,
The hotel,
all the Miller Lites you
hotel,
can drink.
holiday. Oh.
And John Jantz will be there to carry your bags too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's included as
Whoa.
well. Yes.
Can I sign up? Is it too late for me to sign up? Hold on.
I can carry bags.
You guys can't see the college game. These boys over here on the TV right now are sweating. Look at it. They got no jackets on. Dude, there's no AC in that booth. What is it? Who's playing over there? Oh, it's Western
It's Western Kentucky,
Louisiana
Louisiana
Tech.
Tech.
Oh, it's hot
yeah.
down there in
It's
Louisiana.
hot.
In Louisiana?
It's getting a little swampy down there.
Yo, they don't have AC in the Louisiana Tech booth. Them boys are sweating.
I got a bone to pick with John Jansen.
What'd I do this time?
Uh-oh.
We need some sort of drop or something, like a get in the mud. Me and Jansen are getting in the mud.
No, but I always have bad takes that come
He
back to
said-
haunt me.
He said Arizona's got no chance against the Dodgers.
Zero, none.
I think they're a live
Very.
dog.
Not even
Way
close.
over the top.
No.
I think they're a live
No
dog.
chance.
The Dodgers,
Way over the
the
top.
Dodgers' arms are
Yeah,
not
Totally
impressive.
agree.
The lineup, amazing.
Well, I mean,
amazing
what
lineup.
about Gallon and Kelly? Both of them are
Exactly.
really good.
Exactly.
They
Yeah,
can't shut down that
I didn't think the
lineup?
pitching looked that good against Milwaukee.
I've
And
been
if
impressed
Gallen
by the
pitches that
bullpen.
way against the Dodgers, he's going to give up 6 runs. I mean, everything is predicated
That's fair.
on the Diamondbacks pitching well. What if it doesn't happen? Like, what if the Dodgers lineup is just too good? Which, by the way, they're too good. Like, they're amazing. So I don't know. There's too much firepower in that lineup and not enough in Arizona. Arizona needs things to go in a very specific way and have things bounce their way for it to work. And I just don't. It's asking a lot.
I think
Asking a lot.
I think it lined up really nicely though for them to have Kelly game 1, Gallon game
it does.
2,
It definitely does.
Kelly game 4,
Yeah.
Gallon game 5. You just have to patch together game 3. I agree with you that Gallon wasn't very impressive against Milwaukee. I think I had a tweet like, "What the heck
what's
is
going
Gallon doing?" But he did get himself right after struggling early, and beyond that, I was shockingly impressed by how good Arizona's bullpen was over that 2-game stretch against Milwaukee. Now you get a couple days off before having to face LA. LA's arms, it's a hospital squad. Like, they have so many injuries. They just had to go so deep organizationally in terms of arms. I think the Dodgers, here's this for a take. I think the Dodgers have no chance to win a World Series.
Oh, I agree with that.
No chance.
I mean, to me, it's
same
it's
with Baltimore.
whoever Braves, Phillies, whoever wins that series is going to the World Series. I would even
I
say
agree.
winning it because I think they're two of the more complete teams.
I agree.
Because the AL has a bunch of pitching problems in almost every team except for Minnesota. They have lineup problems.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, I mean, we're looking at Braves, Phillies is probably the 2 best teams in baseball right now who are playing, and this is now the biggest series maybe in the entire postseason.
And
If there is a team in the AL who could be, on that level, who do you think it is?
I think it's Houston still.
Is it still
I
Houston?
still
We're
think
gonna
it's
run, this,
Houston.
we're gonna run this
I
back.
think-
We're gonna run this back again.
Why?
I think the ALCS is going to be Houston, Texas. I think it's
I
going to be.
think Texas.
I think it's
yeah,
going to be
definitely.
a Texas on Texas showdown.
No.
I like
And I'm
Texas
going
a
to be
lot.
in Texas at the time.
There you
I'm
go.
going to be in Austin, right in the middle.
I just think you gotta believe who they are, right? Like they weren't good at home. They weren't really all that impressive. I get it. They have.
They ended up winning the division. And having said all of that,
Yeah,
I know.
and
they
I think
finished higher than all these teams except Baltimore.
And they got good
That's fair.
starters.
And a lot of
but-
that to me, though, was Texas. Texas had the Phillies thing kind of hanging over them. They spent a lot of money this offseason. They had the expectations make the playoffs. They barely snuck in, didn't play that well towards the end of the season. Like, I think Texas, to me, is like Houston just gets the division almost by default because Texas wasn't playing their best. But I think they're like the Phillies, just get in. And once
Right.
you get in, they'll feel relaxed and let that great lineup play. Even I know their bullpen is a disaster. Their starting pitching's not bad though. Like even with DeGrom and Scherzer out, like Eovaldi's good. Jordan Montgomery's really good.
And
So I
then-
like what Texas has.
I don't know what the series line is at there for Baltimore, Texas. I think it's like -105, something in that range.
Yep.
I love Texas to win that series.
I do too.
I think Baltimore has no chance. That's famous last words. I know they want a number 1 and number 2 pitcher aren't as good as Texas's number 3 and number 4 pitcher. I think Dunning and Gray are better than Bradish, and we know Kyle Gibson well here in Philly. I don't think you should feel good about starting Kyle Gibson in a game 2. Baltimore, it's fun for the regular season. It's a fun storyline. They haven't been here in a long time. It's a starving fan base. I just don't think they have the arms to get it done. And a big part of the reason Baltimore's here was Felix Bautista, Tommy John surgery a week ago now. Like, I just don't think Baltimore's got the horses.
So Ryan, you got any thoughts on the baseball playoffs? Or
Baltimore has the horses.
I don't think they got the horses in the rotation or the bullpen.
Then how the hell they win that division?
The bats carried
Toughest
them here.
division in
The
baseball.
bats carried them here, and then
Kids.
2 of their best bullpen guys have gotten hurt in the last week and a
That's
half.
true.
My only thought on the playoff is whoever wins this series between the Braves and the Phillies will win it all.
there you go.
Totally.
There we go.
Ooh.
I agree.
That's
Ring
right
the
thought.
bell.
That's the right thought.
Ring the bell. I think I really do. You talked about, forgive me, you said, I forget who you said, it all set up nicely as far as the pitching rotation was concerned. Arizona, thank you. I think the same thing happened for the Phillies,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
right?
Absolutely.
You know, you're rolling with Ranger. It's very weird to say that when you're not getting your ace in game 1, but here we are.
You started game 1 last year, NLDS.
Ranger did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it really is playing out very
Can
similar.
I say something? Maybe this is a controversial take. The scheduling kind of favors these wild card teams.
Absolutely.
I believe so,
these
too.
baseball playoffs.
Absolutely.
Like it's like because again, like you said, like you get 2 wheeler games, but just in general, if you're a wild card team, you can set up your rotation pretty nicely in that second round, and you have that momentum. Given that the other team, the Braves, have been off for a week. Like I think it's a pretty good. I think the Phillies are in a pretty good spot.
When's the last time
scheduling-wise.
the Braves played a game,
game
that
that
mattered?
Right.
Well, hey, they
Gotta
were
be 2 weeks,
they
right?
sold tickets to a simulated game that was taken very seriously. That was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything you can do to quote unquote fix it, but I think these wild card teams have a pretty good advantage when it comes to the schedule.
So I did
Schedule helps.
just want to point this out. I did take the under 51.5 live action. Live action, Tracy.
You don't believe in the Sam Howell comeback? We saw the Bears blow a 21-point lead 4 days ago, 4 days ago.
Don't you change your approach in the fourth quarter if you're the Bears, right? You got to slow it down a little bit,
You would think so.
chew some clock.
You
Yeah.
would think so because last week, they had the Justin Fields interception.
So I would say that things slow down just a tad from the Bears' perspective. The Commanders look lost. I have no confidence that the Commanders are all of a sudden going to score points.
Yeah, Sam Howell, 9 of 13, 71 yards, and an
9
interception.
of 13.
And an interception, 71 yards. Yeah.
Good grief.
Took in a lot of
Brian-
the prevent.
Brian
looks,
Robinson, 7 rushes, 10 yards.
Ooh.
Bad game all around for
Wow.
the Commanders offense.
That's a shame because it's a home game too.
Well,
Love
at least their stadium doesn't randomly,
Fall
Have-
apart.
have pipes break that dump.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, I won't go there. Where people are eating.
So we will be giving this away here at the start of the third quarter. I am told 56 people signed up.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
56
Awesome.
people signed up. And just to bring everybody in on how the cookies are made. How the sausage made,
How
cookies are
sausage
made.
is
Yeah,
made, yeah.
it both work.
Something is
Yeah.
made.
How the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Almighty.
because of how good this trip is, like normally I've done stuff with Miller Lite, like we normally do the raffle tickets, boom, but because of how great this trip is, we had to involve iHeart's legal team, a lot of red tape.
Yeah, I saw the legal documentation over there.
Yeah, we got it over there. So there's no messing around. Anyways, it's a random selector, must be present to win. She's going to send me 5 names. I'm going to read them off. 1, if they're here, great, you win. If you don't, on to the next one, and we'll proceed until we pull somebody that is here. I have a good vibe. Powers, tell me how many people are inside. Yeah, how many people you think are inside right now? Give me a rough estimate. I'm told 15 people. All right. So look, I think a lot of the people. I think a lot of the people.
You gotta
I think a lot of the people that signed up are still here. So Has everybody signed up that's here? Let me ask that. Everybody that is all right, good. If there's nobody that hasn't signed up yet, all you got to do is scan the QR code. Real easy. Trappe Tavern, we're taking care of you.
Some don't want you to sign up because they're already in.
That's right.
You know, this is how I knew this was a big deal, because I saw Sean Brace post about this on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Sean Brace never goes on LinkedIn.
I did.
There was a post about tonight and the giveaway on LinkedIn.
Who's a Dallas fan?
Automatically disqualified.
Ooh. How about them Cowboys?
Niners -3.5.
Sunday night football.
Hammer it. I love that.
49ers look tough. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. So, look, bottom line is we're pulling a winner, and it's been a blast. It's been a blast here at the Trappe Tavern. We appreciate you guys rolling out the red carpet for us. Take care of the bartender, wait staff. Thank you. Yes. Thursday night football prime time. Be sure to check us out on the Gambler, Fox PHL Gambler, Fox PHL Gambler on socials. All right. Once again, we're approaching second half here for Commanders and Bears. And look, I don't think anything's pressing there. So if you wouldn't mind, let's go ahead and talk a little about the NFL card going down on Sunday. And let's open that up with the Cowboys and 49ers. Sunday night football, 3.5, correct?
Yep.
Game in San Francisco. Dak welcomed the question/suggestion that, like, hey, the way you ended last year wasn't really a good look. And he was like, oh, thank you. I needed that motivation. I don't know. This is definitely a spot for the Cowboys to shock everyone, right? Out of the realm of possibility that the Cowboys can go in there and win. Bias aside.
It's not out of the realm of possibility, but I'm all over
Why?
the Niners -3.5. There's a lot of stats to throw at you. I mean, Dak's 4-7-1 outside of the East Coast. He kills bad teams, but
4-7-1 outside the East Coast.
4-7-1 outside of the East Coast.
That's a very specific stat. That's a very specific.
It's on the West Coast.
I mean, what does he go to the West
to the
Coast
West
and all of a sudden
Coast.
smoke a ton of weed? Like,
No,
what happens on the
going
West
to
Coast?
West Coast is hard. It's hard.
He lives in Dallas.
It's a 4-7-1.
All right.
4-7-1.
Maybe it's something with the time
But
change. Maybe it's something with the time
teams
change.
under 500, he kills them. 27-13-2 against the spread. Teams over 500, 17-25
Yeesh.
against the spread.
Mm.
That's what he does. And then, I mean, you look at the other side of things. The Niners have won 14 consecutive regular season games. They don't lose when Brock Purdy starts and finishes a game.
They're on fire.
I mean, they've won 12 of their last 17 home games by 15 or more points. Like, I think this is a game where Christian McCaffrey runs all over this this Cowboys defense that we were told about how historic they were because they beat Zach Wilson and
After
Daniel
one
Jones.
game. Yeah, that was a little over the
I think
top.
that's what happened.
That was definitely a little over the top. Beef.
I'm all over 49ers -3.5 too. I think I was looking up earlier this week. Cowboys are allowing, I believe it's 111 yards per game on the ground. Now, as Mark was saying, you get to play against McCaffrey.
Ooh.
3 touchdowns last week, 6 touchdowns on the ground already this year. I think that they're going to be able to assert their dominance and really run the football on this Cowboys team. And Purdy, as he's done for 95% of the games he's played, don't turn the football over, and they're going to be right there at the end. I like the 49ers to win this one by at least 7.
Roy?
I agree. I think you see the Niners. The Niners, they have a tendency to to play to their strengths every single week. Like the Dallas Cowboys, really good pass defense, but you have Christian McCaffrey. You saw what he did last week on the ground. You're going to see a lot of Christian McCaffrey. You won't see Brock Purdy putting the ball up a lot in the air. I think San Fran's going to do what they do best, and I think they'll cover the number.
Yeah, the only hope, again, don't ask me because there will be 4 across the board, and nobody wants that graphic.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say is, like, if Purdy had a performance like Mahomes did the other night with 3 interceptions, like, it doesn't happen. But for some odd reason, it did that night. That's how the Cowboys win that game. That's how they hang into it. 49ers are. Absolutely, 100% best team in football.
Best team in football.
Right
Best
now,
team in football,
for
yeah.
sure. They definitely are at the moment. Another stat to throw at you: the Dallas Cowboys currently number 1 in DVOA versus passes to the left and passes to the right. No, this is
on the West Coast.
On the West Coast.
All
right,
this is actually really
tell me
important.
why.
They are number 1 in defensive DVOA against passes to the left and passes to the right. They are 27th against passes up the middle. That's how Arizona carved them up. Kyle Shanahan is notorious
Yeah.
for
Fair.
using the middle of the field. Debo Samuel,
Lot of
Brandon
Debo.
Ayuk, George Kittle, Christian
Lot of
McCaffrey.
CMC, yep.
They all
Yeesh.
use the middle of the field. That is not what you want to see happen with San Francisco.
That's next level, man. That's next level. Where the hell did you find that
He's going
stat?
he's going
I think
inside the
honestly.
numbers.
I think it's Aaron Schatz, Football Outsiders. I don't think he's Football Outsiders
Good
anymore.
God.
but
I
he's
can
something.
guarantee Aaron Schatz hasn't gotten laid in about 8 years. If you're pulling stats like that, dude, God bless you.
I think that matters a lot.
Oh,
more than the
definitely.
other
It makes
No,
sense.
no matters.
It
No,
makes
definitely
sense. Yeah. You know, and like you said, Arizona had success, right?
Zach Ertz, Hollywood Brown. All
I didn't
the
order
guys.
wings. Did you guys order anything?
Oh yeah, chicken.
Oh
I
yeah,
got
yeah,
some
boom,
nachos.
yeah. Throw them up. Throw them up. Put them up. Put them up.
All right, from an Eagles perspective, though, I know you still have to win the division.
Yep.
But would you rather the Cowboys or 49ers win this game? Because I do think at the end of the day, the Cowboys will lose 4 to 5 games. Eagles will probably be more in that 3 to 4, competing for that number 1 seed. Who would you rather win this game? You know, seeding purpose.
Dallas. We should be rooting for
I
Dallas.
think
Ooh,
I think you root
wow.
for
You still
Dallas
have to win the division.
because here's the thing: you have 2 chances to get your get back against
Yep,
Dallas.
exactly.
So like Dallas can win the game. You can knock them down a couple pegs when you played them twice this year.
and you get the Niners at home. As
That's
well.
next
Fun.
level. My point is, yeah, everyone plays each other still.
Yep.
There's a lot of game.
There we go. It's a nice little Brian Robinson catch.
That's next
and run.
level thinking. I'll give you that beef. To me, I think that's down the road. So
It's still very early.
So like my mind is definitely towards the division.
yeah,
right?
we can say all we want. You know, that's the way we should root. We're gonna be rooting for 49ers -3.5.
Yeah.
We have that.
Like I did already start talking about World Series first pitches today.
Oh,
All right,
jeez.
Charlie Manuel, World
Oh, no.
Series game 1 game whatever
Game
3 whatever it is.
Yeah.
First pitch. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, could you imagine?
Get
Oh, that
Taylor,
play-
get
that
Taylor
place would
Swift
explode.
up here.
That place would explode.
I
I'll
thought
watch
we
it
would.
if it
I
gets
thought
Swift.
we would make one show
I thought she was by the way,
without
How many
without
hours?
bringing her name
I
up.
thought she was gonna be the first pitch for game 1 when they were doing of the sports world. I thought it was gonna be her. It didn't end up being her.
Got you thinking.
It did.
It's bad, though. That's where our mind's going now.
I know.
It's
Well,
ridiculous.
hey, maybe the MLB will go up 800% in popularity. Whatever the case is.
So are the Commanders a live dog 27-3? Marching down the field, Sam Howell?
What do you get them at money line right now?
Tell you what, this doesn't make you feel
All right.
great about the fact that they did so well against us last week.
Jansen,
That's
you want to
what
come
I'm
up here and kill
saying.
some time? Give me
Doesn't
two.
make
Oh
me
no,
feel
you
great.
got dirty hands.
My nachos
That
just came in.
Commanders
All right,
money
well,
line
give me 2 minutes. Let me go holler at some people because we're gonna give this trip away.
the Commanders money line is plus 1,000.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
That doesn't feel high enough.
It doesn't feel high enough.
It feels like it should be like 20 to 1.
If you're down 24 points in the third quarter, the money line should be a little bit more than plus 1,000. I would think. I know it's the Bears.
There's a Bears
and
discount.
exactly. The Bears 0-4 records priced into that for sure.
Why? Is there something that happened with the Bears recently that would think that Washington could come back?
Maybe last week.
Anything?
Maybe
What happened last week?
What is it?
I didn't see that.
14 straight losses, I believe, is the
Yeah.
number.
Excuse me.
I think
what?
Going back to net last
Yeah,
year.
14
They-
straight losses, 14 straight games, giving up 25 plus.
Yeah, they haven't won
Is
since
that
last
number 2?
October.
Wow.
They haven't won a game since last October.
I think Eberflus is a clown. I don't think
I
he was
agree.
ever worthy of a head coaching spot.
Yeah, the Indy defense wasn't even that good. When
Yeah,
he was
Nope.
never.
there.
Nope.
It never made
Well, it's because
sense.
they had Bill Polian make the hiring
Yeah.
with his Colts connection.
Well, yeah, let's bring in search
90
firms
yeah,
to do
90-year-old
head
Bill
coaching interviews.
Polian to hire your next head coach.
That's like the other guy on NFL Network. Casserly?
Charlie
Charlie
Casserly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Charlie
Casserly, yeah.
His whole life now.
Is he
just-
still around?
He hires head coaches
think
for
so.
people. He's like a
Does
search
he?
firm guy. Imagine being like.
Did he
we're-
hire Sirianni for the Eagles?
No, I don't think we do a search firm thing. Imagine being an NFL organization that's so incompetent that you're like, "No, we can't make this decision as an organization. Let's hire someone else to do it for us.
Everybody's trying to eat chicken fingers. Let's go.
PI there.
Oh wait, what happened?
We get PI there when
Oh,
we
we got-
didn't get it earlier.
Passing. What's up?
Yeah, go eat before I eat it.
All right, Trappe Tavern. Here's what we got inside. They're hosting Quizzo. There are about 4 or 5 more questions to go. We're gonna let them finish that round. Boom. Then we're gonna call out the winner. All right. So
Wait,
give
there
me
was
about
Quizzo inside?
5 more minutes. Yeah, it was a question about Yoko Ono, and I'm like,
Did you know the
do,
answer?
do you
What's
even
the
know
question?
who she is?
Yeah,
I do.
absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
She's a legend.
Well, I didn't ask
He was
you.
WWE champion.
I know you know. That's my son. That's my son.
I was obsessed with Yokozuna as a kid. I used
What?
to get.
Yokozuna was amazing.
I was obsessed.
All right.
I
So
would go
probably about
regularly
5
just-
minutes. We'll call out the winner. Stick with us. 5 more minutes. Trust me. 5 more minutes. I got 3 names. 1, 2, 3. If you're here, you're winning. All right. Here we go.
Oh, Sam Howell to his right, going for the end zone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Logan Thomas?
Come
All right,
on,
little
is
bit
that
of life
Logan
from
Thomas?
Is
Washington,
it?
little bit of
Yeah,
life.
it
That is Logan Thomas. Good for Logan Thomas.
Yeah. It is funny that the Washington tight end is always just a really athletic dude who can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
It's a Jordan Reed, Logan Thomas.
Chris
like,
Cooley could never stay healthy.
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't even thinking Chris Cooley.
Never stay healthy.
That's a
And he was
pull.
one of the best too.
Jordan Reed, right? That was
Yeah.
Jordan Reed. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
Reed.
awesome, too.
He was great.
He was
Couldn't
awesome
stay
too.
healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so talented.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
All right, Washington's back in it. What's the live line? Is it back down to it? Is it pick
We'll
them
take a
now?
look here.
Even money?
A pick 'em.
The 2-point try here to go down
10 and a half,
16.
10 and a
Yeah, that's
half.
the right
Yeah,
call.
Great.
That's the right
Yep,
call.
that's the right call. Make it a 2-possession game. You got to get it though.
Don't like the play call.
Oh, we got it.
Okay, Sam Howell.
Oh.
Okay, Sam Howell. Show me something. Okay.
Sam Howell, sneaky
Look
athlete.
at the crowd.
He's
They're
got- he
into
does-
it there.
I will tip my hat that he does have a little dog in him.
Oh,
He's got
no
a
doubt.
little-
He
No
does.
doubt. He's got moxie.
Yeah.
He's got
He-
Moxley.
No. He's not sticking forks in his head.
Too
This
much
is-
wrestling talk. We
Yeah,
gotta stop
yeah,
doing that.
yeah.
This is gonna come off more disrespectfully than I mean it, but he's got a little Gardner Minshew to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
plus 575 now. All right, well we got
That
to do
doesn't
it.
feel steep enough to me.
It doesn't.
I feel like it should still be like 8-1.
It's a
9-1.
two-possession game
Yeah,
then,
I guess
you know?
that's fair. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
That's very loosely 2-possession game.
What's
Yeah.
the spread?
10.5.
10.5.
Yeah.
I could go for that.
I like 10.5.
I like 10.5.
the money line.
I like
10.5.
10.5.
I'm in.
I can
I'm
go
in.
for that. We
I'll
in?
do it. 10.5.
I don't have my phone, but we're
I'll
in.
hop in. You're in spirit.
I'm in spirit. Race is in too.
I still need a Justin Fields.
What do you
touchdown,
think?
too.
What do you think, Brace Commander?
All I know is
Plus 10.5.
shout out Sean Bernard. Great video. Love
Thank
that. And I also want to say all love and respect to the people inside, but this crowd outside is much better than
Hey.
inside. Yeah!
Yeah.
I kid. We're
Now
all
you know.
under one roof. Shout out to the Trappe Tavern. Love it. All right. They're on like question 7. He asked the question. He's going to Disney. DJ Brother Mike is going to Disney next week. You a big Disney guy?
I like Disney.
I'm a Universal guy.
DJ
ruined Star
Brother
Wars.
Mike is. He's a big Disney guy. And he's going there next week. So he had like a Disney question on Quizzo. I used to
Did you know the answer?
True story. I hosted Quizzo, right? For 2 years at Pitcher's Pub in Manayunk. It was great, right? The people were on my wavelength. My questions hit. And then one time I got a phone call and they said, hey, man, could you fill in for me to do some Quizzo? And it was on Villanova's campus at Kelly's Pub. And my questions, dudes were harassing me. Like, dude, how old are you, bro? I'm asking like childhood toy questions. I skip it, like, what was the name of the toy that you put around the leg and you jump? And dudes were so mad at me. I'm like, all right, I'm never hosting Quizzo in Villanova ever again.
Shout out Villanova.
Villanova football and basketball on our airwaves. Hello, we are the home. of
Listen to the game
Villanova.
this weekend.
All right, closing up shop once again. Trappe Tavern. We are live on all things socials at Fox PHO Gambler, Sean Brace, John Jansen, Mark Henry Jr., Sean Bernard. Hello, Sean.
Hi,
Sean is our Sixers insider.
Boo. Oh wait. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sixers.
Yeah.
James Harden. Yeah. He
Josh
showed up.
Harris.
He
He
showed
did.
up. He
He's
showed
there.
up.
He's playing. He's in shape. He's there.
Confirmed not wearing the fat suit.
Now, let me honestly, like, what are the expectations? Is he just going to play like normal James Harden? Is he?
So I think the little bit of common sense smacked him in the face that the best way to facilitate a trade, which is still his goal, is to show up, do his job, and be in shape and build a market. He's not going to move the meter for himself in a trade market standpoint by causing a stink and being a pain in
No.
the butt in the way that
He's already
usually
done
does.
that 3 places.
Right. So I think
Well,
he
let's
had a
leave it
little
there.
bit of a wake up call. I still think he wants to be traded. I still don't see him playing for the Sixers by the end of the year, but it's still we're still not near the end of this.
Can I just say this? Everybody did a victory lap for Woj after he got the Damian Lillard thing right, and then he posts the James Harden wants to make the Sixers uncomfortable. Like, shut up.
You
Yeah.
hate Woj.
Shut up.
So
that is such a James Harden's
He's coming
agent
after my close
getting
personal friend, Adrian. I mean, this
Jeez.
is untoward.
That is unbelievable. to put
Mark,
that
Mark,
out.
will you hand me a Miller Lite, please?
I would
Miller Lite.
never.
Thank
I
you.
would never go after a basketball reporter. That's
Yeah, never you.
personally-
He's not a reporter anymore. He's
So-
a shill.
He's above us.
One last thing on the Sixers, real quick, because one of the guys who's one of the brighter minds over at VSiN, Jonathan Von Tobel, he's a big basketball head, big handicapping basketball head. He believes that the Sixers are actually going to win a bunch of games this year, like
They
50, 53, I think 54 he had the number at, which is 49 and a half.
Does he think they're getting out of the second round, though?
Nobody's asking that question right now.
That's the question I'm asking.
What if everybody gets hurt on all the best teams? Like, what if Joker
That's
gets
fine.
hurt? What if,
This is what I'll
Can they
say.
still get out of the second round? if
we
that
don't know what
happens?
happens in July of next year.
I know
It's
what happens. It's
October.
happened for the past 3 years. They're just going to lose in the second round.
I'm not talking
They
about
can
the
win.
Sixers.
They can win 80 games. I don't care.
All right.
They're going to lose in the second round, and then we're back doing this.
Sean
again.
Bernard,
We're back at
Sixers,
Trappe Tavern
Sixers-
having the same argument.
Sixers over 50 this year.
I do like it. I'll say I'm in on Nick Nurse. I wish there was more consistency or at least knowledge of the roster because I do believe in Nick Nurse. I think Nick Nurse personally is more impactful than any roster change they could have made. And the amount of Doc Rivers digs that are already flying out of the quotes at training camp has very
Love
much
it.
impressed me. There's been a ton. Very nonchalant and very, very clear talk about Doc Rivers, too. Daniel House named Doc Rivers by name when calling out the offense yesterday. So I am in on the Sixers. I'm in on Nick Nurse. I wish I had a little more.
Now that's what
clarity
I'm
on
okay
James
with.
Harden.
Give me all the Doc Rivers slander you can.
Absolutely.
I can take all that.
Well, don't worry. You're gonna get to hear his raspy
Yeah, we'll
voice
be hearing calling games now.
40 times on the ESPN, broadcast. Oh, wasn't my fault that the Sixers didn't win.
It is crazy the amount of guys taking digs at Doc Rivers. So we're talking about Daniel House, Paul Reed, Jaden Springer. We're
They
talking about
all
these
did.
guys.
Wow.
Springer, little old Jaden Springer said, as long as I've been in the NBA, I've never had a coach break things down the way Nick Nurse does. It's like, well, you've been here for 2 years and had one head coach.
As long as I've been in the NBA.
Yeah.
Maxie had a
Maxey had a
comment
quote.
too,
Embiid
yeah.
today had a comment too about sharing the ball. This is the way he wants to play. So I do appreciate that. I'm excited about the new built offense, but they're still the Sixers.
Yeah, I think Nick Nurse is the second best coach in basketball, but the James Harden stuff is just too hard to ignore.
It's too hard and to ignore.
Oh,
Sorry.
What was that, Jansen?
Sorry. No, I did a Harden pun.
Oh,
I apologize.
To ignore.
Mark didn't like that one. Mark was pretty disgusted with that one.
Offended me.
Yeah, it really did.
I do wish, there was a part of me that was looking forward to more of the circus of James Harden. I was predicting ways that he could cause a scene. I was rooting for personally.
What was he going to do to make things uncomfortable?
I was hoping he showed up in a Ben Simmons jersey. Was my personal favorite. I saw some Clippers
Phone in his
jerseys,
pocket.
some Daryl Morey digs. Trill had a nice
Cowboys
tweet about
jersey.
that. Yeah. Ow. What happened with his leg there? That looked painful.
That didn't look great.
That may have been painful.
All right. So my man hosting Quizzo in there, 20 questions per. They're on question 18. I'm like, how many questions in a round? Yeah.
Bust out the Scantron.
All right. So soon we got
That was
the
a good
manager,
play by
Kevin.
Fields.
He's coming over here and
Bad throw.
we will
he was,
announce
throwing
a
Oh, that
winner.
knee. That knee.
Somebody get hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Fields?
No,
Nah,
Herbert.
I think it's Herbert.
Khalil.
Oh, that sucks. Another
looked-
running back, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Roshan's
yeah.
already
Yeah,
hurt.
and I know Foreman was a healthy and active tonight, so I don't even know who.
These running backs.
I'm sure they have another one active. I don't
Mark
know who
Henry
it is.
Jr. in the backfield.
Seriously. Give
All
me a
right, the
call.
time I believe that we've all been waiting for is now here.
Tread on the tires.
Did you ever?
The tires are unshredded.
Tires are unshredded. All right, so this is big giveaway time.
This is big giveaway time. Or did Brace just lie again? The
Oh,
essay, yeah.
gosh. Open-ended quizzer.
Is anyone good at Quizzo here? I'm terrible at Quizzo. I'm terrible.
I'm also very much a Disney guy, Jansen.
Are you? You're a Disney guy?
Been to
Nice.
Disney double-digit times.
You're a big
Double-digit times?
Double-digit
I went double-digit times when I was like
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah,
Bernard's
not
I mean,
now.
most of mine have been,
Okay.
for sure.
Bernard's a big Swiftie too.
I wouldn't say that. I guess Swiftie by bloodline, if that's a thing.
By
My
bloodline.
my sister and mom are ride or die, but I've seen plenty of Taylor Swift.
I know. It's like he's related to Taylor Swift.
Oh no,
She's just a terrible family member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been fighting the good fight for the NFL in this battle. I've seen enough Taylor Swift on TV.
I'm fine with it.
Too
It's
much.
Whatever. Who cares?
She's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh
Oh,
god.
jeez.
Sean has
Somebody get
infiltrated
Brace.
another stream.
Before he gets in trouble. Is he telling that same exact story out there? Okay. Oh, it's-
Reuben Frank looking like the crypt keeper on TV over there.
Hey,
Hey, he
that's
blocked.
not nice.
He blocked me on Twitter for.
Oh, you're blocked
yeah.
by Reuben Frank.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
blocked by.
I
Reuben
think you have a
Frank.
pretty long list of
What's
blocks.
your block? Do you have a
Mike
big name blocked
Missinelli-
you?
Mike Missinelli's my number one
I'm,
block.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
nice.
blocked by Mikey Miss as well.
Yeah.
I'm blocked by Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah.
That was
that's a
yeah,
good one. That's
yeah.
a good one.
because I made fun of him maybe a little too much.
I'm blocked by Treblaw. I never tweeted at him.
Who's that? Trev?
You know that name? He's like
Treblaw?
a Philly sports Twitter guy.
I do not.
At
I'm sure
Treblaw.
Brace is blocked by everybody.
Yeah, someone sent him in.
Who are you
Blocked,
blocked
yeah.
by, Brace?
Boom, 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 boom.
Do you have a big
boom,
name
boom.
that's blocked you on Twitter?
A big name? Oh yeah. You know,
Plenty of 'em.
Not really. I don't know.
Did Kendrick Perkins block you? And
No.
they can't. No,
carry the
can't-
hell on.
Honestly, it's not that big. I called
Big
that
part.
Jordan Schultz a loser a couple years ago, and he
yeah.
blocked me immediately. He was making stuff up. His old man's the head of Starbucks. He's got connections, a lot of money, but he was making stuff up. I know he was.
Marcus Hayes blocked me.
Oh.
Well,
All right. Trappe Tavern. Here we go.
here we go.
We are giving away an all-inclusive trip to see the Eagles and Commanders on October 29th, all courtesy of our friends from Miller Lite. Can't thank them enough. Can't thank the Trappe Tavern for having us out. Keep it going. Take care of your bartenders and wait staff. This place is great. We will definitely be back. All right. Without further ado, we have a few names. You must be present to win. All right. 56 people entered. The first name to win the trip, courtesy of Miller Lite, to see the Birds and the Commanders October 29th. Is there a Tom Patterson here? Get out of here!
Let's go!
Get out! Oh! Tom's got an Eagles tattoo on the forearm.
He's
Let's
wearing Washington
go!
burgundy though, but we'll forgive that.
Should I tell who's second and third? You didn't win anything, but you were next up. Anybody care to?
That might be mean.
Michael Butler was next. Is Michael Butler? All right. Well, if he wasn't here, you were winning. Anyways, congratulations,
What could've
Tom. Stick around. We'll get all your information. Awesome. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out. Once again, can't thank you enough. Please. Us blowhards, gas bagging here on a Thursday night. We appreciate you hanging with us. Check us out, Fox PHL on Gambler on socials. Fox PHL Gambler on socials. Last but not least, EAGLES Eagles! Go Birds, go Phillies, let's go!